Oh, look who's talking.
I'ma talk shit in the world gone stupid.
We're back. We made it.
Oh, welcome back. Scott, our friend Scott De La Peña is live and in studio today.
I don't know about alive, but I'm in studio. Thank you for having me.
Thanks for coming, for sure.
Oh, yeah, just twist that thing a little tighter if you need to.
Thank you for the beautiful Cuban.
Yeah. So I don't always talk about my cigars. Often been getting some more requests to talk about my cigars today. Scott's part Cuban.
Adopted by a Cuban.
Adopted by Cuban. Tell us a little bit about yourself, Scott, before we get going.
Let's see. 25 years in the film industry. Left the film industry to start a cigar business. Went through that trials and tribulations, and I'm still going through that. And then went into construction and insurance, and now do both the cigar business and insurance claims, property insurance.
Good, yeah. I can speak from personal experience. The cigars are fantastic.
Thank you.
You know that. I'm telling everybody else that. I always beg them for cigars. Anytime he's got a new cigar blend coming in, I want bundles. So I'm just waiting around for the new ones to come in.
They're coming.
They're coming.
That's why I got into the insurance game, so I can self-finance my cigar business. Tired of bringing in partners.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And so you bring in different, you don't like produce any, but you bring in different manufacturers.
I blend and produce.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. So he may have some of mine. I don't know.
Yeah, no, we do. I don't think Bo's actually have one of your cigars specifically, but I have a few bundles that I've been aging. You know, I've been aging your Samara blend.
Oh, yeah.
It's 5 or 6 years old now. Me and you just smoked one earlier, or last calendar year. It's been 5 years. We busted one open to see how they went.
Nice.
Still tastes exactly the same,
It does.
basically, as the day you released them, which says a lot for a blender. You know, a lot of cigars get better through the years, but if your cigar stays exactly the same, I mean, there's something to be said. It doesn't get better, right? Right. So he's got some really good blending.
Okay.
In his history here, I trust Scott with everything. He brings me cigars. What do you think of this? What do you think of that? I love when he brings them over and I get to try new blends.
I do. I mean, you may not be sitting there telling me, you know, how this one tastes like charcoal, walnut, candied yams and whatever, but you've got a good palate.
Yeah, I don't have the vocabulary that everybody else does. I don't have the
Neither do I.
caramel and the fucking this, and it coats your tongue.
Right.
What the fuck?
I'm like,
what are
I
you
know
doing with
this-
your mouth?
Yeah, this tastes good.
Yeah, this is good. Tastes good.
Yeah.
Doesn't taste like shit. Tastes like shit.
Yeah.
Those are some of the scales of cigar.
It stinks. It doesn't stink. It tastes good.
Yeah.
Hey, that's a real thing right there, bro. Some of them are horrendous.
Oh,
tastes
yeah.
like shit on my tongue, or I don't taste a thing when I'm done, which is fantastic.
Yeah,
right?
leather tongue when you're done.
Yeah,
It's like,
called the pepper, right?
Yeah, you
tastes like shit.
Can't kiss your girl.
What made you like? Evidently, you could go a few places in the world to blend the cigars. Did you start here, or did you go to Dominican? Did
Nicaragua.
you go Nicaragua? Okay.
So I'll tell you how I started. Left a very lucrative deal at Sony and took a buyout of my contract and found a guy on Twitter in Nicaragua. Hit him up in his direct messages, said, hey, I want to create a cigar, and I know you're Cuban. Are you down? He's like, yeah, you going to come down here? I said, yeah, I'll be down there, and give me 1 month. He says, okay, yeah, for sure. Went down there, Noel Rojas. Good guy. And
he's still with us?
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah. Young guy.
Oh, young guy.
He's younger than me.
Okay.
So we went down there and we created the original blend. And it was a huge
The Hermosa,
hit.
the Hermosa cigar blend.
The
was
original.
the first one you ever gave me. I just gave him an old label. I had held one since I'd met him. We smoked it. I smoked it
That one.
last
Nice.
calendar year. And I don't even know how old it was. But I had kept my final Hermosa cigar because you had
Did
made
you
that
really?
blend. Well, I burned it. That's it. I smoked it. She was great. Because you remade that blend recently. Anyway, go on.
Yeah. We just reblended it because Noel and I, over the years, we went our separate ways. And then I went to a new producer, Papitos, who's excellent. Had to reblend everything. In fact, I'm still working on Tierra Santa. I'll finish that one. but finally redid the Hermosa. But I created 3-4 other blends with them specifically. Samara, which you have, WBC, obviously,
Which I also have.
which you have, and then the Pastor's blend.
The Pastor's blend.
And what's the other one I have with them? Refugiado.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Refugiado, which is
Yeah,
refugee.
The Pastor's blend, you made it for just a group of pastors, right? Wanted it, right? So you just called it the Pastor's blend. That was a great cigar.
Yeah.
It's a holy blend.
Yeah. The
One
Tierra
size.
Santa, I think, is probably my favorite.
Yeah.
Next to the Hermosa blend.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're always looking for that Tierra Santa
And
to come
so,
back.
did you, when you did the second batch of the Hermosa blend, did you have any left that you could compare the two, or
Just
okay.
my one.
Yeah.
One, and I told them when we lit the new blend, I said it.
But I
it's the
didn't.
same.
You still had it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I had already finished the blend. He sent it.
Right.
And I checked it, and I was like, "Yeah, it's spot on, perfect."
Yeah.
And then we checked it against the one you had.
Yeah.
And it was.
It
dead
was
nuts.
right there. Right there.
Nice.
Yeah, so good. I mean, even your girl said she smelled it, and she goes, "That's your cigar. I remember
Yeah.
it." She could smell the
I lit it,
Yeah.
and I hadn't banded it or nothing, and she's like, "Where did you get your cigar?" And I was like, "This is the one I just finished down there." So
nice?
yeah.
Yeah, that's impressive. I mean, I don't know a lot about blending cigars or anything, but if you don't have something to consistently stay true, and have a test, I would think it would be a little difficult. But I guess a formula is a formula.
Formula's a formula, but you have to tweak for varieties and for regions, the area. It's interesting to me. I see guys doing it now. 5-10 years ago, I was making noise saying they needed to put the year on the cigar so that they knew where that particular variety of tobacco,
Makes
which
sense.
field it came out of, the year it came out of that field, the year it went into the pilon, and then the year it got blended, so that you could adjust for those things. If you had a rainy year, I mean, it's the same thing as
barometric
wine.
pressure.
Yeah.
We all know enough about things that grow to know that just
Exactly.
because you grow it in the same dirt from the same seedling, it's not going to be the same.
No, for
not
sure.
It never
same,
can be
right.
the same.
Correct.
Yeah, it can be the same genus, but it's not going to be the same.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you have to tweak for that. But I mean, you can get pretty close. And the guys down there, the farmers, do a really good job of keeping the soil pretty consistent.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah, it's good stuff, man. I always enjoy Scott
You're the
cigars.
first cigar blender, manufacturer, producer I've ever met, so I love it.
Bo does like to enjoy a cigar here and there. He's not a
Yeah,
ongoing
aficionado.
cigar smoker.
When I do a lot of athletics and I just feel groggy, for the next 2 days after I've burned a couple.
I know how I do a lot of lifting, like deadlift, squats, what have you. So when I come back from Nicaragua, because I'll be smoking 10, 15, 20 cigars a day, I'm just like, it takes me a good 2 weeks to get my wind back.
Yeah,
believe
the
it.
nicotine.
Yeah.
Jesus
That's
Christ.
another thing, yeah.
Yeah.
And I was just freaking reading, and I wasn't reading. I was watching I was driving. I was listening to a podcast. Nicotine is actually healthy for you.
Very good for you.
I didn't freaking know that.
I love that. Is my wife listening to this? This is fantastic news, by the way.
No, it's true.
Yes.
So on the same day that Obama regulated cigars for the first time in history, his FDA releases a study saying that up to 2 to 5 cigars a day is negligible on your health.
Wow.
Really?
That's about what I smoke. I'm excited.
Josh is in the green.
I'm like, I've been trying to fuck myself up. Now I got to smoke 10.
And their justification for regulating cigars the same day was your health.
Oh, my God.
Well, I mean, I can't say cigars, but for sure there's toxins in the cigarettes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And in the butts.
Yeah.
And, my mom fucking smoked most of her life, had a triple bypass, was in a coma
Yeah,
for 2
lots
months.
of chemicals in
So I
cigarette
know that
tobacco.
the inhaling of something can't be the best for you.
I inhale my cigars. I'll blow out like 80 and inhale 20.
Really?
Yeah, which is like taking a cigarette to the head. But
I, for the record, do not inhale my cigar. I probably get some of it in, obviously.
I try not to.
You're definitely going to get some in, but I don't do it. I think I've accidentally done it. Yeah.
But yeah, it's. I think what a lot of the things that they attributed to cigarettes were just lifestyle. Not to say that the people smoking, 2, 3, 4 packs a day, it didn't have some effect on their health.
Right.
But I think overall it was lifestyle as well.
Yeah, I mean, that was a correlation that they had in this conversation,
Right.
was about being in ketosis, and in being in ketosis, things like nicotine can be an enhancement
Yep.
if you're running a clean program.
Yeah.
And I was very intrigued by that whole conversation that they had. And then what was the other one they said? It was not just caffeine.
Yeah.
That caffeine is another mind booster when you're clean and your body's able to absorb it. The mitochondria benefits
Correct.
from the usage of it.
Yep. 100% true.
Yeah.
100% true. If you look at all the thinkers throughout time, Mark Twain, Churchill, Kennedy, I mean, on and on, smoked cigars. A lot.
Betancourt.
Josh Betancourt.
J.P. Morgan.
Slide me into those. Yeah, Jesus. Yeah, I love cigars, man.
Yeah,
I smoke a lot of them every day,
good shit.
unfortunately. Yeah.
Well, you've been doing this a while, but so
Yeah.
how have you
13
been able to
years.
break out to nationally, or do you sell internationally, or?
Yes.
Okay.
But I do very small batch. And then for a while, I changed everything I did after Obama regulated cigars. It was like they came after the boutique manufacturers because we put a huge dent in the cigar industry.
Got you.
So at the very same time all of this was happening, if you're ever wondering about regulation and how it works and whose interests are being served, they sold basically all the small boutique manufacturers sold out to either General or Altadis, who are both European manufacturers. So all the American boutique blenders sold out to those two giant conglomerates.
And what regulations did they put on that forced them to do that?
So they said from now on, every blend that you create had to be approved by the FDA. Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah. They wanted to know all of our vitolas, the sizes, the styles, what varieties of tobacco we were using, et cetera, et cetera. And I said, you guys are the experts regulating me. You tell me.
Yeah, no shit.
That's what I told them. I said, I'm not giving you any information. What sizes do you make? Small, medium, and large.
Right?
Yeah.
What do you want to know? That's it. That's all. That's the info you're getting. I didn't sell out to the large guys, but all the small boutiques that had any kind of name recognition. And then they said anybody, it applied to anybody who had come into the industry post 2007. So everybody before that got grandfathered.
Yeah. And you're probably right around that timeline, right?
I was 2012.
Oh, okay.
So but we were the ones that were making the biggest splash. We took $3 billion out of a $13 billion a year industry.
Nice work.
So, yeah. So they came after us, and then General sold out to no, not General. Drew Estate sold to General.
Well, as soon as you said the American blend, I was thinking that's like Drew Estate and
Yep.
And I don't know who owns Diesel and all that, but I would imagine it could even be Drew Estate. But there's some
I
other
think
ones that I
yeah,
remember.
they had a bunch of brands underneath
Yeah,
Drew
right.
Estate. And they sold out, and they kept Jonathan on for a while. This was what they did. They kept all the owners of the companies on as presidents for however
Because some of them
long.
were blenders too, weren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, what's his face? Sammy back east. I can't remember. My mind's drawing a blank. Anyway, he stayed on, and now he's trying to start back up a new company after he sold his company. And I'm like, you guys should have hung in there, man.
Yeah.
It's like I went in, I shifted into construction and sales, and I was like, no, I'm gonna ride this out, and I'm gonna hold on to my brand. And I got a couple of offers, and I was like, no, I'm not interested.
Good.
Huh. Still good love there.
Yeah. And then, so now you got your, I mean, did you put things on pause during that time period? And then
I did, because you couldn't get stuff in or out. So, the FDA got involved now, and then Trump came in and got rid of it.
got you.
Lifted
Okay,
all
so
of
that's
it.
what
So,
changed everything.
Exactly. So now it loosened up, and I can get back in and start importing stuff.
Nice.
Oh, I know me and John are looking forward to it. John, I'll probably see John tonight, but he asked, if you see him, ask him when we're getting the cigars. So the buddy that I met him through is constantly asking if he's got cigars.
Yes.
So, every show we often sometimes go over our weekend that we've done. People bitch and they don't want to hear it, but I don't give a fuck.
Before we get there, since we were on the cigars.
Okay.
What are you smoking?
What am I smoking? Yeah, I'm supposed to talk about what I'm smoking daily. Today I'm smoking an Arturo Fuente Opus Society. Yeah, stick. I don't think this one has a name. This was the first one that was released under the name Opus Society, which is Manny Iriarte's blend, or his company. So Manny used to help design the watches and the shit and some boxes and the decorative things for Fuente family and brands, right? Brand stuff. So now they're releasing cigars under that brand. It's not his blend. It's not his cigar, but he's distributing just like Prometheus does for Fuente, I think, right? So they've got a few different cigars that have been out. This was the first one. This was just the Opus Society. It's the blue label. They had a gold one that they put out that I didn't get. I don't know if they're actually out yet, but it's a pretty good cigar. I don't know if it's a Maduro or a Skirl, but it's pretty flavorful. Been smoking. I ended up with like 5 boxes of these because they just kept getting cheaper and cheaper. So I just kept buying them. And then, so I've been smoking a lot of them, but they're good. So that's what I'm smoking today.
Okay.
Hope you enjoyed. I don't have any reviews or anything for us today.
How does it taste?
It's got what am I looking for? What are the words? Fucking peaches and
oatmeal.
fucking oatmeal.
Chocolate chip cookie.
It's got a hint of lavender.
Tastes like bath salts.
Yeah.
The good kind. The good kind. Yeah. No, I mean, it's
Not
got
those
some
shitty ones like from Florida.
release.
It's got some floral notes that remind me of what Liga de Privada blends often will have. There's numerous flavors in there that I call floral. It's the way I describe it, but it's just a shade under that. It's not a real heavy smoke. It's bold. There's not a lot of pepper, which I fucking hate pepper. Peppers that feeling you get on your tongue that like
No, I know what you're talking
burned
about.
mouth.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
it
yeah,
tastes
I
like
hate
it's
that
burning
shit
my
too.
mouth. That's called pepper, and I fucking hate it. I think you like it, don't you? You like it, Scott? I mean,
I've just kind of tolerated it. You don't get them in Cuban cigars. Well,
I've
you
gotten
used
them
to
in,
not
yes,
get
I was
them
going to
in
tell you.
Cuban
So
cigars.
a lot of the Cubans that I've smoked, because I'm relatively new to cigars, since maybe 16, 17 is when I started smoking cigars. So any Cuban that I've smoked is just full of pepper. And I'm like, I don't fucking like it, but I like Trinidad and I like Bolivar, because Bolivar has minimal pepper, if any. And Trinidad, to me, almost has none.
So I don't know about now if they're still doing this way, but it was a panel of blenders who blend everything for Cuba, whether it's Partagas, whether it's Punch, whether it's
Cohiba,
Cohiba, it doesn't matter. It's these 8 blenders, and they blend everything.
Are they controlled by the government?
Of course, everything is controlled by the government.
Now, let's side note. No, go ahead and I'll ask after. Apologize.
No, that's okay. And so if they're still doing that, but they could not keep up with demand. So when you're still plowing fields with an ox and you don't have
Takes longer.
modern equipment, and you've got Chinese billionaires, and you've got the Sultan of
Yeah.
Brunei who's ordering 100,000 cigars at a time. It's like, so they started importing Dominican and Nicaraguan tobacco to continue manufacturing.
Got you.
And so they're supplementing, if you will, with Nicaraguan and Cuban tobacco. I know, like when I go down to the farm, the finca is full of they're called pacas, or just bales of tobacco that are, already packaged. And you've got Cuba, all the way down.
All the way down.
Damn. So not even grown in fucking Cuba anymore.
They can't
No.
keep up.
No. Nicaraguan puts out really good tobacco.
Absolutely.
Before I started to really only smoke Fuente, I would always realize that the cigars that I was enjoying were Nicaraguan tobaccos. And a lot of people don't like Dominican tobacco. It's not always the best tobacco, but I don't know. I've learned to love it.
It's a sand tobacco.
Yeah.
And here's just a conspiracy fucking concept of government and fucking issues that we have with Cuba.
Yeah.
Nobody ever fears that fucking they'll taint the cigars with anything for the American fucking production line.
Well, they can't legally. They're
Well, what would there
embargoed.
be to gain, right? I mean, other
So
than,
legally, they don't come into the United States.
Cubans are saying
Yeah.
But
specifically.
they did during
For
Obama,
a quick
right?
period of time, we were able to bring
You
them
were
home
able to bring in on your person
100
like
cigars.
100 cigars.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
Yeah, but you're not shipping in pallets.
But you're not right. You're not shipping in. So I'm
Containers
waiting
full of-
till it opens up, which could be in the next 3 years.
Let's see how Iran goes.
Yeah, we're gonna get to Iran, but we're gonna talk about my weekend real quick because Bo, before we started to record, asked me how my trip was.
Yes.
So Saturday was my birthday.
Oh, happy birthday!
Thank you. I went to Ocotillo Wells, went off-roading. I off-road, and so there's been a saga with my off-road vehicles the last 3 years. So it's a running joke. Josh, what broke this weekend? I'll
Josh,
fucking tell
what
you.
broke this weekend?
I will tell you. So we'll skip the boring parts about the car. The car didn't run amazing. I had some tune issues. Who gives a fuck?
Okay, did your thing work? How you had the regulator or
That's
whatever?
what
that
she
was
said.
Fucking
We got to get in at least one. One. That's what she
Yeah,
said.
one. I do want to say that I need some corrections and retractions. 2 shows ago, I was talking about the OBD.
Dick size?
Yeah, exactly. Correction, it wasn't 12 inches. It's actually 3 inches. I fucking kept saying I was fixing the OBD2 sensor.
Right.
No, the O2 sensor on my exhaust, the wideband.
Well, fucking A.
Right, fucking idiot. So anyway, for those of you
Jeez.
that know I'm a
okay.
moron.
Now it makes more sense.
Yeah,
to me.
now-
I can.
right.
Now that we've lost half of the audience. Oh, the OBGYN?
OBGYN just fine. So the car, had its issues and didn't strand me. So fine, whatever. We talk about the car some other show because I'm gonna do some more work to it. But
I'm gonna sink a few more thousand. In
yeah,
it.
I know. What else do I
And then
have?
I'm gonna sell it once I got about 300,000 into it for 50,000.
Yeah. I got a credit card burning a hole in my pocket.
Yeah. Oh, you listen to the show. Oh, you've already know. So on the way out, right at one of the last exits in Palm Springs at Washington, right before Washington, I hear a noise, and I look in my rear view or my
rod.
side mirror, and I look
Piston.
in the fucking.
Tumbling down the street.
You're close. I see a semi swerve off the
Oh,
lane next to
fuck,
me, and I'm
Josh.
like, he fucking hit my trailer. And then I'm looking, and I call my buddy Ryan, who's right behind me. I go, did he fucking hit me, or did I blow a tire? He goes, you blew a tire. Fuck, on the trailer. So I pull off into this beautiful giant parking lot in Washington, because I know the street well, because we go there a lot. Pull into this huge Washington exit, and there's a big parking lot, a couple tweakers, Indio. Good old Indio.
Welcome to Cali, baby.
Good old Coachella. And
You need a wheel? I got one.
I'm gonna make you one. I'm gonna go steal one for you right now. So we change a tire pretty quick, 20 minutes, get back on the road, and we get to Ocotillo Wells. The weekend happens. Then we go to leave, and I get out onto the asphalt, and within the first 5 minutes being on the asphalt, I blow another tire on the trailer.
Damn,
On the
buddy.
trailer. I have 2 spares. I come prepared. It's a dual axle trailer, so I got 2 spares, right? Just in case I blow 2 tires. Or I blow one before I buy another one. So then I'm like, shit, man, I'm out of spares. I'm gonna do 55 the rest of the way home. I don't know what's going on, but I think maybe the trailer's overloaded. I'm kind of concerned. I'm not sure
Maybe
why
it's
they
time
haven't.
to put new tires on it.
Well, I will get to that. So then I'm like, I'm doing 55. So anyway, I get into Palm Springs again. I blow another fucking
third.
tire.
Shut it, bro.
A third tire, and they're all the old tires. And so I've got 2 spares on, and no more spares left, and another blown tire.
You sure you didn't have was it on the same on the same side?
No, they blew in succession. So I had one good one left, and I'm sitting here
Had
and
to
I'm
have been
like,
overloaded and it was rubbing on the fender.
well, I mean that could have been right. It's still not completely sure, but so as soon as it blows, I'm like, fuck, what the fuck am I gonna do? Because I've had to tow my trailer before with a car on it. I had an issue with my truck on the way to Havasu, and when you call AAA and you have RV, premier fucking service, they'll tow your shit, but they won't tow a trailer that's loaded. If there's a car on the trailer, they won't cover it.
Yeah.
So I know that's on the horizon. So I call them and I need a tow. Okay, you have a trailer? Yes. Okay, I just need the trailer towed. I go, I need to inform you that the trailer has a car on it and a motorcycle. So I'm gonna need 2 trucks. Oh, okay. All right. So, and then she's like, okay, she's trying to figure out all this shit. And I go, you're gonna send a truck for the trailer, or you're gonna send a truck for the car. Okay, well, what kind of trailer it is? It's a flatbed trailer. Okay, what color? It's gray. Okay, cool. And then the car, I go, I know. And I go, can you silence that thing for me?
I'm sorry.
So then, sorry, I mean, sound like an asshole.
No, you're right.
So then, I'm like, it's an off-road car. She goes, well, what kind is it? I'm like, it's a desert car. It doesn't have a name. It's 3,000 pounds. It's a big car.
Sandrail.
It's a sandrail, right? But she don't know what the fuck a sandrail is.
I don't care.
Exactly.
What difference does that make?
I say, so send 2. So send 2, and I'm going to have to pay for it, so whatever. So then she's like, okay, cool. So then she hangs up, and then I get a call from the tow service. Hey, so we're picking up a 2013 Tundra? No. No, you're not. No. I'm like, you're picking up a trailer with a flat. I need it on a truck, and I go and I have an off-road car on the trailer that also needs to be towed because you guys don't tow trailers that are loaded. That's right, we don't. So he starts talking. He goes, well, we're also not contracted or cover towing trailers. I think that's what he said, on flatbeds. I go, okay. Or they're not able to cover it with it loaded. They're not able to cover the tow with the trailer loaded. I go, okay, so just send me 2 fucking trucks, dude. This is this is the actual tow company that called. I was talking to AAA at first.
Okay.
So I'm like, so you're not contracted. You can't do it under AAA. I go, but you can do it private, right? He goes, yeah. I go, cool. Give me the quote. I go, I'm not fucking playing the game. I'm not going to call another AAA and have them send somebody else when they take the trailer first, and I'm sitting with the car, and then they take the car, and meanwhile, the guy with the tow truck is at my fucking company waiting for me for hours to show up while I'm following the dude with the fucking car.
Yeah.
Because I'm not leaving the car here in the fucking parking lot. He's like, all right, cool, I'll get you a quote. Calls me back. He goes, well, it looks like, the mileage is going to be this, and this is how much it's going to cost us. $3,800 for 2 trucks to go 135 or miles.
So you towed from there here?
Yeah.
Story's not done.
Oh, fuck.
I'm in a motorhome. So
Yeah.
I got no way to really get it all done. I don't have an empty trailer. My buddy's towing his truck and trailer.
So
right?
you had not. The weekend had just started.
It's on the way home.
It's
And
on
I'm
the
at
way
a point,
home.
and it was 96 degrees, by the way. Of course, all the weekends it's nice and cool. On the weekend we decided to go to the desert. It's 95 degrees out there. So
It was
I'm
nice
just
at the beach, just
no,
so you know.
I saw pictures. You prick.
It really was.
Yeah, great.
Is this on?
Yeah,
It really was.
Yeah, it really was. Yeah, well, I had fucking dirty ass and fucking dirty face and dirty everything. So
As opposed
camping ass?
camping everything. So I just want to go home, dude. I need my motorhome home. I need my expensive car home. I need my expensive trailer home, and I just want it
You're
all.
done.
I
So
want
you
it
just
all
break
at the
out
same
the
time.
visa.
I'm just
and
like,
it's
yeah,
yeah.
what's it gonna cost me?
Rate me.
And
Go.
he goes, he says
No
it's gonna be
Vaseline.
3,800. I go, okay, so that's the math, right? I go, that's what the mileage is times the fucking whatever you charge.
Right,
He goes, yeah.
right.
I go, okay, cool. Tell your boss I'm offering you 25. Okay, and then come back and tell me. So he hangs up. He goes, all right, I'll call you back. And I look at Jill and I'm like, okay, Ryan, take my daughter and my wife home. Take them to the shop. I will be home whenever the fuck it is that I'm gonna get home. It is what it is. And it's Sunday, so the tire shops are all closed. We've already, me and my buddy Ryan called a bunch of tire shops. None of them are open. One of them fucking didn't have what I needed. So, you know, I'm just figuring it out. And I'm like, just go home. So then they call back and they're like, okay, we're on our way. And we found a guy who's been rigging for like 30 years. He's willing to take the truck or the car on the trailer as one. So one truck. He goes, but it'll be the same price. 28. I go, okay, come get me. What am I going to do? Right? I'm going to say no, and I'm going to fucking play this game. Fuck it, just come get me. So he shows up. It's not over yet, buddy. Goes to load the trailer. The trailer is too wide to fit on the truck. The tires are on the rails.
Did you cuss him out?
He did what he could. He didn't know.
What do you mean he didn't know?
He didn't fucking know. So I was like, okay, well.
Been like, you son of a bitch.
He goes, did you call this tire company? Call that tire company. Yeah. You call this one. They're open. I call. No, we don't have one. Call another place. No, we don't have them. Call one more place. Yeah, we have two. Fuck yeah. Get them ready. I'm coming. Tell the driver, hey, can you go pick up those tires and then bring them back and then change, and you'll change the tires for me. He goes, yeah. He goes, let's go. I go, I'm not leaving. I go, I'll pay over the phone. So he goes and he comes back with 2 tires, puts 2 tires on. And I tell him, when he's gone, I'm thinking, my buddy gave me the idea. It was a good idea because I still had another tire. Both those 2 spares were on and they were old. So we checked the dates. They were from 2020. I thought trailer tires were good between 6 and 8, like normal tires.
Yeah, I don't even know
They're
anything
not.
about fucking
It's 3
longevity.
to 5. It's 3 to 5.
Aren't
I'm
they?
in my 6th year.
They're not even like. I mean,
Are they little donuts?
Yeah, they're not even steel belted, are they?
But they are steel belted.
They
But
are?
the thing about tires is they're good for a certain period of time against mileage, whichever comes first. Because whether they're sitting, even if you're using them every day, they're really only good.
Were
up
they
until
cracking
that
on the
time.
sidewalls?
No. But
Wow.
something to be said because they blew in succession like that. The back one,
What kind of tires?
the
are
front
they?
one, I don't fucking know. Rubber.
Let's kill them right now on the podcast. Yeah.
do it.
Goodyear who?
Were they Michelin? Were they Goodyear? Were they
Pirelli?
Were they some garbage Chinese
I
brand?
don't know, but we looked at the date and they're from 2020, and that's 6 years, and they're good between 3 and 5. So it made more sense now that each one was blowing. And
So
I had,
basically, you get like 12 trips off of these things, and then they're done.
yeah, you're right.
Straight up.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
Basically, unless I drive my trailer every day,
That's kind of a ripoff.
it
bro.
kind of is.
Yeah.
We have a thing.
Okay,
So-
so these are the spares you're talking about that have the shelf life?
All trailer tires have
All
a
of
shelf
them.
life.
No.
All
I
your
understand
tires
what you're
have
saying.
a shelf life.
But
They
I'm
all
saying,
do.
did you put your spares on the same time you put that last set on?
So the spares and the set were from the same time.
Okay.
So the spares that are on are old.
Yeah.
So I told the guy when he got back, I go, I got some ideas. I want you to tell me what you think. Because my buddy Ryan says maybe they'll still tow the car and you tow an empty trailer. You're a lot less likely to blow another tire with an empty trailer. So I go, here's the deal. I go, this is the situation. They're old. I go, what about you put the tires on and you still tow the car and I tow the empty trailer? And, or you take these 2 fresh tires you gave me, we put them in the back, and we move the 2 spares that I've been running into the fronts. And the last good tire that's technically on there now, that's an original tire, that shit comes off and goes on the rack. That one's coming off because it's gonna blow next. And you feel the
sure
sidewall, it's wavy on the sidewall.
yeah,
It's
you're
all
fucked.
wavy. And I found later when I got back, the steel belts are poking through the fucking tread.
Through the
They're
tread,
already
yeah.
ready to blow, right? So he's like, dude, I saw your spares that are on there that you've been running. You're good. Let's put them in front. You run your brand new tires in the back. I guess that if worst case scenario, if the old spares kind of blow, I can strap that axle up and I can drive on one tire because they're both dual axles. So we did that. We put the brand new tires in the back. We put the spare tires that I put on through that weekend up in the fronts. Had the car on the trailer, and instead of $2,800, I spent $360. plus whatever to have them change them out, and I got it
Shut
home.
the front door.
I got it home. It's still on the trailer out there. I had to unload. I got home, I parked the motor home, got my truck, and went home. Refrigerator's full of food, the cabinet's full of food, like shitter's full. I didn't do anything. I was like, I'm fucking going home. Yeah, I left at 8:45, got home at 5:30. It was supposed to be a 3-hour drive.
Damn.
Yeah. So that was my trip.
Sorry that happened to you, buddy, but
Yeah.
fucking pay attention to your tires.
Yeah. So I'm gonna get 40
knew?
tires. Who knew? Yeah. Yeah.
Now you'll just know. Okay, 1 trip, 2 trips.
Yeah. Well, I
3
just look at
trips.
the year. I'm gonna go get new tires. In the next week or so. And
So you think it's by year or by mileage?
it's for
He
me
said
it's
both.
year.
When
It's
he was
both,
explaining,
but
he was
I'm
saying
not
both.
putting enough mileage. There's plenty of tread on those fucking tires.
That's what I'm saying.
So it's all about the year. Every 4 years, I'll change the tires.
I don't know, man. I would check into who warranties against that.
I'll probably buy the insurance. I'll probably buy the motherfucking insurance. But I'm 6 years out. I'm probably beyond the whatever warranty I would have had. I'm out of it. If I buy one, they're not going to warranty it past when they're supposed to be good. They're supposed to go 3 to 5. I'm in my 6th year. So it was time for tires anyway. Just didn't. I mean, crazy. They all blow on one trip. I just took the
That's
damn car
fucking
out a
nuts.
month ago. No blowouts. But in this trip, I blow all 3. I would have blown 4 if I had driven on the other one for
Well,
sure.
what was the variable? Time.
I don't know. Time or heat. It was hot this weekend.
Yeah, it was
but
hot.
it wasn't
Yeah,
120.
that was probably it.
Hot asphalt.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, but it was nighttime when I blew the first one.
Doesn't matter that heat stays in the asphalt
Yeah.
for all.
Yeah.
That's you go to Arizona in summer. Good Lord. You're standing there and you can just feel the heat
Yep.
emanating off of that
Yeah,
asphalt.
I mean, I blew it in Palm Springs and I blew it in Ocotillo and then I blew it in Palm Springs. So
Yeah, you don't have to go to Arizona.
Yeah.
Palm Springs gets 120.
right. So I don't know. That's the variables that I just they were old too. So that's what really matters. So new
Whatever.
tires on the
You
way.
want to have toys.
You want to have toys. You
That's
got to have
the,
money. You got to have money.
You got to have
Yeah.
disposable income.
literally
Because you're going to
disposable.
dispose of it.
Yes. Yeah. Quicker than if it lighted on fire. Lighting on fire takes longer.
That's good.
It does.
Yeah.
It does.
That's
It
a good
does.
point.
I know from experience.
That is a good point.
Oh, fuck. But yeah, that was my weekend. And you went to the beach, I guess.
Yeah, man. Anytime you're ready to sell those things, you just let me know and I'll post the ad for you.
Right? Yeah.
Not me. I'm not giving up yet. I'm not giving up yet. I feel like it many times, but I'm not going to.
I stopped
going
doing all that stuff years ago. Like we used to. I mean, that was how we grew up on motorcycles, and I just got to the age where I was like, you know what? If I go down on this thing now,
You're not getting up the same.
not getting up the same.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
tell me
real.
about it. Yeah, yeah.
I think I was probably, I'm 55. I was probably like 47, 48 the last time I was out there trying to fucking whoop it up and fucking hit some air and shit.
Oh no.
And I was like,
Fuck
I
air.
think this is it.
Yeah, we
Fucking
had
done.
a buddy of ours. This was probably 10, 15 years ago. They all took a trip out to Pismo. I didn't go. And same thing, motorhomes. And he had a big 50-foot, 40-foot trailer, you know.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
And they pack up all the bikes on there. And he had, what were those quads, those crazy-ass quads? Was it Comanche or what? I don't remember.
How long ago was it?
Like 10, 15 years ago.
Comanche, like
Banshees.
oh Banshee. There you go.
Banshees.
Yeah.
Banshee.
Yeah, 2-stroke 350.
Yeah. And they just pulled up. Everybody was unloading the trailer, and he got his off first and just took off up the side of a sand dune. One that they knew, but these are fucking sand dunes, man. They
shift.
change all the time. And he launched off the top.
Yeah.
And everybody's doing whatever and chilling out, and he doesn't come back.
come back.
And he's there with his wife, his kids, buddies. And they finally go up to the top and just looking to see where he is, and they see him down at the bottom. It was sheer, and it was like 30 feet down, 40 feet down. and he must have hit the bottom flat, and the crossbar on the handlebar hit him right here. Instant dead.
No helmet. He didn't wear a helmet.
No, he had a helmet
He
on,
did
but-
have his helmet on.
But it's
open
it's
face,
full
so
face,
to speak.
open face.
Yeah.
And just hit him right here, dead.
Yeah.
And he might have been 40, 41, 40.
That's the last thing I ever want happening when we're out there all together. Dude,
Yeah.
is one of us, any
Straight
of
up.
us, dying in front of our kids, dude. I don't want that. Or my
Yeah.
kid dying in front of me and my wife.
Yeah.
God forbid.
Yeah. So I keep my kids in my car. I'm gonna try to anyway. My own car.
You keep him in the trailer with the fucking door locked.
Yeah, no shit. Keep them at home.
I'm gonna go ride. You stay here. I'm not built for you getting hurt. Yeah.
That's the fucking fact.
Yeah, that's true.
I can handle getting hurt.
Yeah.
You get hurt. I'm not built for that. Yeah.
I just came across something real quick before we started that I saw on this on Instagram. I was just perusing, and I think it's a good little funny looking talking point. But I think after this we'll talk about Iran. So it's
Iran.
So this fucking Instagram posted things you should never Google. Let's just see how many things that we know what these things are. All right.
Okay.
So number one.
Does anybody Google anymore, or is that just?
I do.
I do.
We're
Yeah.
old though.
I Google in my maps probably more than I Google
Oh yeah, for
in
sure.
my regular Google, just because I'm always looking for the next place to go, or I got jobs that I got to get to, or
Were we talking
equipment I gotta
about that
buy.
the other day? Where
Yeah.
I do Google searches. I don't look when I want a phone number. I don't go to Google. I go to Maps and type in the name of the company.
I
Yeah.
do the same thing. That's what
Yep.
I did to get here. I put
Yeah.
Russ
Yeah, the reason
International.
was is because I was telling you about my buddy was telling us about marketing. He goes, don't ever fuck. There's no need to advertise in
That's right.
Google anymore.
Yeah.
Only Google Maps, because that's
right.
what people were using these
I need
days.
to do that. All right. So number one, clock spider. I don't know what that is. So I'm thinking that some of these are like pictures that will freak you out and things
Clock
like that. Do you know what a
spider?
clock spider? I think it might be that. You ever see that video of that spider that jumps off the clock at the camera?
So you haven't Googled it
I haven't
yet.
Googled all these. No,
So we're gonna do this
no.
live.
Why we're gonna do, we could do it live. I don't even want to own up to this because number 2 is soggy biscuits. So I was like, okay, I might as well. Google
I'm not looking
right?
that up. Nope.
Yeah, I can
The
tell
next thing
what
you
that
know,
is.
you're going to be on an
Number one-
FBI watch list.
These are number one searched items, or
No, these are things you should never Google.
you should never Google. Oh,
should never
fuck.
Google
And I'm
them.
scared.
Well, there
about
you go.
both.
All right.
Yes,
That's all I need to know.
My algorithm's gonna be. My
Gonna
algorithm
get a
might
knock
not
on the
change.
door by Secret Service?
Yeah. My algorithm's not changing if I Google all these. I Google some weird shit. Clock spider, soggy biscuit. I looked that one up. You guys want to know what that is?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
I don't know.
You're gonna regret this.
Is it?
You ever heard of cream the cookie?
Oh, no.
Yeah.
It's just getting worse.
When the guys do
Are these porn references?
Well, not all of them. some of them. There's another one on here we all know.
There's a couple.
Then I'm proud to
Soggy
say, no,
biscuit
I don't know.
Is when a group of guys is
Oh.
jerking off on
It's
a
all-
cookie, and the
oh,
last one has to eat the cookie.
Oh!
How is that real?
I don't know, but they're fags.
Yeah. How do you do that? How do you?
You
like-
don't.
No, I don't.
That's
I
how
don't
you
get
do
it.
that.
If
You
you're
don't do that.
If you're all gay, why are you waiting to put it on the cookie? Just enjoy yourself. Why are we wasting cookies? I don't understand.
Well, I suppose they don't think it's a waste of a cookie.
Maybe not. Sweet tooth. Someone's got a sweet tooth.
They gotta have frosting.
That's horrible.
All right, another one. Trypophobia. I didn't look that one up. Should I do that? Trypophobia.
TRIPO? Phobia.
Trypophobia
It's a fear of tripods.
or tripe.
Am I close?
Trypophobia. Oh, this is the one where you've seen those pictures where there's a, you know that fucking plant that's like a hard shell and it's got the seedlings are like in it and you can. Well, here I'll show you a picture. You never seen those?
No, it
What's
looks
that
like a
called?
honeycomb.
It looks like a honeycomb, but it's not. And
I've seen- yeah,
And they
it's
do
a-
these photoshops on people's fingers and stuff, and it looks like an alien on their fingers. Anyway, dumb. Circle jerk. That was number 2. What the fuck? Circle jerk is something
Everybody
else.
knows
They say
what
not.
a
Yeah, we know what that
circle
is.
jerk is.
Yeah.
Why is that listed? Blue waffle. I heard a blue waffle the other day.
Isn't that a
Blue
strain
waffle-
of marijuana?
I would be better if it was because it's What I was told, it's like a really beat up, nasty, STD infected hairy axe wound.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, that's what I think it's. I think that's
hell?
what it is. Ascariasis. Ascariasis.
It's got to be an anal disease.
ASCARIASIS. I don't know. Ascariasis. And why is number 7 called skin condition? That's dumb. We're skipping that. 2 girls, 1 cup's on here. I think you should Google that.
At least it made the top 10.
I think if you're listening, you need to have that in your life.
I don't think that you should.
There's always one. The mucus plug. We know what a mucus plug is.
Yep.
Unfortunately, yes.
Yeah, mucus plug. Don't Google that. Peanut dog. What the fuck is peanut?
I can guess. Also, do not look that
I'm
up.
looking that one
It's
up.
not a pet.
I'm looking at peanut dog. Peanut
It is
dog.
not a breed of dog.
3-year-old. No, this is not. This is why? This is.
Or
dumb.
is it?
Oh, yep. Don't look that up. That's ugly. Looks like a chupacabra fucking little dog. Meet Peanut. This
Oh, it's a
year's-
dog. It is a dog.
It's an actual dog
Okay.
Oh, it's the famous
Thank
dog.
God.
with this ugly ass looking
Yes. Yep.
thing. Yeah, that's a pretty ugly.
Oh,
dog.
those the little skinny rat looking thing.
Fink looking chupacabra. Bed bugs on mattress. Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
whatever.
but it's like 1,000 times magnified.
Yeah, probably.
They look like
right. And then you never want to sleep
pterodactyls.
again.
Yeah.
Right. Never sleeping in a bed again. Number 12, spider porn. And it says in the parentheses, just don't. So yeah, we're gonna check this. We're checking
course you
this.
have to.
I mean,
It
yeah.
said
don't
don't.
tell me no. The fuck? I'm doing it.
They know who you are?
Better your phone
Don't
than
they know
mine.
me? Yeah. It wants me to go to Pornhub. That's a pass.
Oh, well, let's see.
Oh, wait. Unblur.
Okay.
Unblur.
Viewer discretion
Spider porn.
advised.
Is this right? Spider-Man porn? Why can't I
Is
enjoy
it
that?
really? Are they wearing?
Oh, maybe not. Maybe well, I don't know. It's for you to decide. You can look it up. But Spider-Man cartoon porn.
I've decided.
Kind of dumb.
No.
I've decided. Lamprey eel. You guys know what a lamprey eel is? You guys ever seen those?
An eel?
Yeah, it's just an eel, but it's one of the. Looks like a giant leech. It's got like no head, kind of a thing, and the head of it looks like almost like the worm from Dune a little bit.
Oh,
you know.
okay. Like a giant
Crabs, the
slug.
STD. We don't have to Google that. Some of us
No.
have had it already.
We don't.
2 kids, 1 sandbox.
No,
That sounds like
absolutely
fucking know about
not.
that one.
Epstein.
What the
Yeah,
hell?
I'll
Know about
pass
that
it on
one.
that one. I'm
Is
passing
there
on that one.
pizza, hot dogs?
Pizza and peanut dogs.
Yeah, was that in the Epstein
Yeah,
files?
probably. I'm not. That's one I'm not gonna Google. Meat
not.
spin. Meat spin. We'll try meat spin.
I can.
What is meat spin?
I can
meat.
come up with a few.
I got the answer for that one too.
I've
Yeah.
done some meat spinning when my wife's not around.
That's
not
a
a
show in
problem.
Thailand.
It's blurred. What the fuck? Unblur. Oh wait. I unblurred it and it's still blurred. That's scary.
That's deep.
Meat spin looks like it's just there's no real detail here. I can't tell. There's so
It's
much going on.
probably a good thing.
Meat spin. I just see a steak spinning around in circles. Good luck finding what you really should
I
find.
mean, it's kind of self-explanatory.
Yeah, it is.
4 girls finger paint. 4 girls finger paint.
I mean, it can't be that bad.
4 girls finger paint. Let's see here.
It's going to be another link to Pornhub again.
Yeah, right. It is. It did want to go.
told you.
Never Google this. It's not showing me Google. You suck. So I got to go to like an actual link.
Remember that in the YouTube category, we can still under 18 can still view our show.
No, I clicked the over 18 always. I don't know. That one didn't give me anything. Tub Girl. What the fuck? Oh, I remember Tub Girl. Tub Girl is. You don't want to know? Okay. Well, I'm gonna tell you anyway. Okay.
I figured you would.
She's in a tub and she's doubled over with her ass above her head, so to speak, right? And she's
If you have children listening,
If you have
now is the
children-
time to
yeah. It's kind of
cover
like
their ears.
when your kid shit himself and it went up their back. Yeah,
Oh.
she's doing that like a fountain
Oh,
all
yeah.
over
Is
herself.
it supposed to be erotic?
Not for me.
Somebody enjoys this?
Somebody
What kind
enjoys
that person should be in prison.
Well, I mean, for shit, I don't know. I mean,
Yes,
you
they
like.
should.
I'm not here to judge. Now, if you like kids,
I
that's
am.
one thing. If you like kids,
I am here
that's
to
a no-no.
judge.
But if you like poop,
But how far apart are they?
Yeah, probably not very far, to be honest with you. Now that you bring that up,
Right? I mean, if you're that much of a degenerate,
yeah, there's probably nothing off the list, right?
Yeah, I'm. That's one thing I don't understand. People that are into like the drinking piss or the
Yeah,
shit
they're
or any of that
puking
stuff.
on
It's-
each other.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
no, I mean, we can just say it's demonic.
Mm-hmm.
That's exactly, it is. It's just demonic.
Eel girls, and then Pain Olympics. Some of these sound kind of boring, but I thought it was kind of funny.
Pain Olympics.
Pain Olympics. I don't want to go.
I mean, I know there's,
Those are high heels.
I'm not looking to medal at the Pain Olympics, dude. I'm not a Pain fan. So that's all I had for the internet for today.
All right.
Some internet, but
that was enough.
Yeah.
But we could talk about Iran.
That was informative.
That was
could.
informative. Showed my true colors, apparently.
See what you're doing in your spare time.
Well, at least everything's blurred.
He's down for those crappy experiences.
You're gonna get a knock on the door for sure. Yeah. Better yet, hopefully because I'm on this podcast,
As long as it's a
a knock on my door.
As long as
You were
it's a
there.
knock and not a fucking busted door down. I think
Yeah,
it'll be okay.
with a battle ram.
So what happened in fucking Iran, buddy? What happened? I'm seeing. Oh, let me just say this.
Yeah.
So I'm seeing, and I've continued to see, and this happened. What was that? Whitehead, that movie that I watched. I told you to watch. Did you see that movie, Whitehead? I think it's an HBO film about the richest of the rich type guys. 4 dudes. It's kind of a comedy. It takes place. They get together like once a year, and they just like razz each other. It's a comedy film. But they're
Bunch
up in
of
this
rich fuckers.
bunch of really, really elite. Like one of them, like almost represents Elon Musk and maybe Bezos, and like some of
Billionaires.
these
Yeah.
bajillionaires, right?
Right.
And the type of humor is billionaire humor, and it's I loved it. Steve Carell's on it.
Oh, okay, I'll check it out.
Another couple weirdos, and it turns into this really weird thing. But
Oh.
one of the really cool bases of it is one of the guys owns an AI that is spiraling out of control, and
It's causing chaos around the world.
chaos around the world because they're making videos of people like ratting on the cartel that they're not, and the next thing you know, the cartel is there killing them,
Killing
and
them.
there's videos of that. Or
What do they
the
call
mayor-
that when somebody shows up at your house because they? It's
Doxing.
Not doxing. Like they'll. I guess it is doxing. I think
Yeah,
I think
I
it
think
is
that's what they
doxing.
call
Yeah,
it,
like
yeah.
these gamers started that
Yes,
shit.
yeah.
Where all of a sudden they're claiming that, and the cops are kicking down your door, and
Yep.
right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah, they
then-
just did that to one of the Supreme Court justices.
yeah.
Yeah.
There you
So
go.
that part of the movie is a big part of it, and they start talking about how everything's fake. Remember we were talking about this the Steve Fuentes, or what was his name again? What's the guy?
Steve Carell.
No, the Fuente kid. The Fuentes.
Nick Fuentes.
Nick Fuentes
Fuentes.
and his little following, and how
dirtbag.
nothing's real and all this other shit, and
Right.
that plays into the movie a little bit. And I'm feel like now I'm living the opposite side of that. Now I'm watching nothing but AI videos come across my feed,
Yeah.
and now I'm saying nothing's real. Today, I saw a video of a guy standing on a balcony in Israel because he's got his flag up in the corner, and there's a missile that comes in, like
The hypersonic missiles?
missile blows
That was
the thing
real.
up. It looks fake.
Yeah, it does look fake.
It looks fake. The way
but
the
they're
fire
real.
is billowing.
I went and checked because I thought the same thing, that it was AI.
Everything looks fake now.
It's not AI.
Everything
It's
looks
real.
fake. And then what's the story about Qatar or somebody saying we bombed them, and then you look at the Google image.
That was
And the
Spencer
bombs-
Tucker Carlson claimed that Mossad was in Qatar, and I forget the other one, United Emirates or one of those.
I know Qatar was the one that I read the clip.
And they-
yeah,
And it was bullshit.
and
Qatar
they-
came out and said that's not true.
Yeah,
Yes.
they bombed this
Yes.
dome-looking thing, but in the map,
oh,
like,
was that Israel was bombing Qatar? Yes.
No, that they had Mossad agents and CIA agents in those countries setting off bombs.
Yes.
so
yes,
one of them,
yes.
the Google image looked like it was one thing, and then before and after, and then you can see in the after, there's new construction that's obviously old, and it's there in the bomb, but not in the good picture. So it's like, It's all fucking fake. I'm just
all
feel like
fake.
I'm all reading all this fake shit.
So they have these, like Russia and China have these very active hackers, state level hackers, and these guys are constantly creating these images and these videos and pushing it on Americans through TikTok, through social media, what have you. I don't know how you stop that.
I feel like they're doing it just to create chaos with
They're
direct. They are
absolutely-
with literally
that's
no direction.
exact-
Not to
there's-
give any.
It's just
point
so
at anything.
you don't trust any of our institutions.
Yes.
Well, fucking mission accomplished.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It really is. I mean, you see what it's doing. People are like right now we're sitting here talking about I don't trust what I'm watching.
Yeah, I can't even.
So
yeah.
I shut off social media, man. I don't even.
Yeah.
It
You're not
used
on
to
there
be,
much anymore.
No, I used to be on there a
Is your
lot.
blood pressure lower?
Much.
Some of the shit that I would fucking watch, it's like, god damn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't even watch like what's going on the left. It's nuts. I can't. It feels like there's Americans, right, who we all still have differences of opinions, but the left is just in a whole other. They're not even talking about things that anybody's talking about. It's like transing kids and doing all this stuff. It's like, what the fuck is wrong with you people? What do you like? Let's talk about Iran. Like, okay, let's have a real conversation about that. Should we have troops there? Should we not have troops there? Were they an actual threat? Were they not? I believe they were. I believe they were an imminent threat, judging by how these discussions were going and how close they were to nukes. Even after we bombed that one location, but they had all that uranium that was 60% enriched, which is a 2-week breakout time.
Oh, no shit.
No shit. They told, was it Witkoff, in these discussions that we have enough for 11 nuclear bombs. And no, we're not stopping.
Do we think they can get them in the air? They don't have to
Did
get
you
them
see
in the
those
air.
hypersonic missiles?
Yeah, but I also said it was
Do you
fake,
wanna
so
take
I'm
that
like, I'm not
chance?
sure. No, I'm not saying anything like that. I don't. You can't sit around and think, they're not going to do anything. You can't do that.
No,
I
you
get that.
can't. Especially when they come out every day and like we have flag salutes at school, they come out and sing "Death to America" and "Death to Israel."
Oh.
Big Satan and Little Satan. Every day. Every day.
Satan? Well, which one's Big Satan? Israel?
We're Big Satan.
Are you sure?
Yes.
I think they hate Israel.
First
more
we
than they
kill
hate
the
us.
people.
I don't know shit.
First
but-
we kill the people of Saturday, and then we kill the people of Sunday.
Oh god.
These are their words.
Those are their words.
We can choose to ignore it, or we can address it, and I think we have addressed it.
Well, yeah. So what happened? Tell me what happened.
They're all dead. Nothing beat Trump's interview. Did you see Trump's interview?
I was in the desert.
They're
I
like,
was-
so who's going to succeed Khomeini? He says, well, we had an idea that it might be these guys, but they're dead. They're dead. And then we thought it might be these guys, but they're dead. So I don't know. I was like, I love that answer.
I mean, look,
That's the right answer.
Sometimes he's an idiot up there, but that shit's hilarious.
It's
just America.
fantastic.
Sometimes I like it. I like the flag
I
wave. I
love
like the
it.
bullshit, but sometimes it's fucking bad. But
Yeah.
We've
that's
never
pretty funny.
seen our military used as it should be, and that's to go in, annihilate our enemy,
and lose nobody.
and lose or as
Little
few
as- yeah.
people as possible.
Yeah.
God rest their souls, the 4 who've died.
6 now.
I
Six
did
now.
see another video that I thought was fake. I did see a video of one of our F-35s going down and the pilot ejected, right? So then I saw later a video of
lady
him
pilot.
being-
Yeah, lady pilot.
Well,
Lady
this guy
pilot.
looked male. I didn't get a
She
good
landed
look.
in Kuwait, wasn't it?
Okay, so there's a video of him, the pilot, one of the pilots.
She's on a beach.
No, this one's in like near an open desert.
Oh, yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah,
farm
there-
or whatever.
no,
And
no.
they're
That
gonna
guy's
shoot him.
coming at him with
Yeah,
a-
he's gonna come at him. And he's
Yeah.
like, no, don't shoot me.
I'm an
just-"
American, and
Yeah.
then they stop.
So is that real?
They're like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
You're American?
Yeah.
It means something now
But, yeah,
again.
but I mean, it's still Iraq, right? Are they in Iraq or Iran?
Iran.
Iran.
I expected him
It
to
doesn't
just
matter,
be bad
bro.
news.
You see what we just did to Iran?
Yeah,
Do you think
yeah.
any of those surrounding countries want to fuck around with
No,
Trump?
but they're gonna call the local fucking turban and they're gonna come swoop them up and do whatever they got to do. I don't.
They won't. They're the days of our soldiers ending up on YouTube with a machete to the throat and all of that shit. That's done.
You think so?
Oh fuck yeah!
You got the wrong president right
You got
now.
the wrong fucking president. You try that shit now. This is not Obama. This is not Biden. It's like you try to behead an American. Your whole country's glass. Done.
I mostly believe that. I do. I think that they think that, especially with this president, that if they go do pull some more shit. But I mean, they're already pulling shit. So it's kind of like, where's the line between when they decide to do the things they're doing and not have us come in to now that they came in and now we've captured
Possibly
one of their
3 years from now.
yeah, possibly 3 years
Possibly,
from now.
depending on who succeeds Trump.
Yeah. Yeah, I
So
don't know.
they're trying to bide their time.
It makes sense that they'd be too afraid to do it. I see that. I see him just saying, "Yo, you're going to do that on TV." Okay.
But see, what people aren't talking about is the geopolitical genius of what is happening right now. The rebalancing of power, the shifting economics. China was becoming a very serious threat. Russia was becoming a very serious threat. India and Pakistan were becoming very serious threats.
Because of computers, because of
Not just because of
artificial
computers,
intelligence and
just
whatnot.
with minerals, with metals, with chips,
Yeah, the software
hardware
part of it,
chips.
for sure.
Correct. All of that stuff we were entirely reliant on. We still are, and he's reshored all of that stuff.
Yeah, he did that back in 17,
2018,
18, and
17,
I
he started it.
loved that, and so that was why I voted for him this time around. Now, I have said it before that, it doesn't seem like it's working as smooth this time around. I think a lot of the countries are still mad from the old shit, so they're making him, work harder for his stuff. I just trust the process. I don't always love how the process goes down, but I'm still waiting and trusting and
Making
and allowing
sausage is
it.
not pretty.
Yeah, I'm hoping it's going to come around at some point.
Oh, it's the way it's shaping up. Like I said, he has cut off China's energy, which is huge. They were getting 20% of their oil from Venezuela and Iran. They aren't anymore. So now we control 20% of their oil.
That's why we went into Venezuela.
That's why we went into Venezuela. That's why we kicked them out of the Panama Canal. We're taking back our hemisphere. Cuba's next, which we've been waiting for 60 years, our family. All these Cuban brands that you see down there were owned by now American Cubans. Punch, Romeo and Juliet, all of those brands, those were all American Cuban
really?
expats. Oh yeah.
I didn't know that.
That's why you see the Dominican Romeo Juliet,
Yeah, Cohiba, they all have them.
Exactly, Cohiba, all of them. Those are the people who left with their brands, but obviously couldn't take the tobacco with them. So when you reopen that back up, those people are going to go back down there and reestablish their brand.
It could be so good. I mean, for all, I don't know shit, but for all communist countries, I mean, just so much more better life available to them.
Oh,
Cuba could be
they
so
don't even understand.
wonderful.
Like, I mean, the ones who braved a raft to get across the Caribbean to Miami, they get it, obviously. But the ones who are still there are just like, they want freedom. The question is do they know what to do with it?
No, they don't. I mean, none of us ever know when we get what we really want. When you just give it to them. I mean, I don't know if you know, Bo, but we have friends, a mutual friend that kind of goes there often. We have some other friends that go, and every time they come, it's not like, hey, bring money or bring this. It's bring toothpaste, bring me soap,
Yeah, toiletries,
shampoo. Can't get that stuff.
Band-Aids.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
I know that country.
Car parts.
Yeah, old car parts if you can find them.
Yeah, no shit.
Yeah, they you know, I don't have answers as to why fucking Cuba is still there after all this fucking time.
Russia, China. That's why. Because it gives them a presence in our hemisphere.
No, but I mean, why we didn't fucking attack them 60 years ago?
100%. Agreed.
Yeah.
Like, why are
Now-
they still a Cuban? But we have a base
my
on
only
there.
thing is that about this is, aren't we supposed to be the bastions of freedom and independence, and you can do with your own what you want with your own? So you're the king of your castle within your own home. You can, you know, if you want to,
Yeah, to escape tyranny. That's our country's based on.
right. So, and the concept that we created international law with these countries to be able to have their own sovereignty, and if they're going to do fucked up shit, then it's up to the people to rise up and combat these governments. But they don't seem to want to do that because they're content with their living environment.
There's an element of that.
As an example, you know, China was the fucking poorest country in the fucking world.
Yep.
And the communists there had just fucking beaten down the people to such a degree that they're literally eating each other to fucking survive.
Yep.
And
Mao.
And then once we came in economically and we found that they could do cheap labor for us and that we could bring them out of poverty and bring them to some kind of world stage, I don't know if the leaders at that time imagined that they would get to the point that they've gotten to, but somebody had to have the fucking foresight to understand that that would be a possibility.
I'm sure, and I know there were naysayers, but the idea is that capitalism was going to, you know,
Revolutionize
a
the
rising
country.
tide raises all boats,
Right.
So it was going to capitalism was going to come in and create so much prosperity that they would create a middle class in China, and that the people would demand liberty.
Right.
That didn't happen.
It didn't happen, but the Chinese government has, like, I hear this from different economists, you know, at the same time, aside from the political aspect of it, and that China is still a communist country, but they're a capitalist communistic country. Meaning they're going to allow their people to make
fascist.
Yes, to make money and to get into capitalism and to trade with the rest of the world and create products.
Their own commerce, which
have their
is
own
not
commerce.
what communism is. Yeah.
But they have shown that if you get too big, they will confiscate your shit with some of the people that they've done that to.
Or take your money when you try to leave.
In addition
Yeah.
to.
Yeah.
They won't let you take it with
for
you.
sure.
I see it in what I do every day here, because they're here. These are Chi-coms living in California. They buy up property with Chinese yen,
Yep.
launder it into US dollars, bring their kids over here, give birth, or bring their pregnant wives over here, give birth, so they have dual
Naturalizing them,
citizenship, and then raise them in mainland China, then bring them back to go to US universities, and then steal all our intellectual property.
Right.
So this is a long play by
Yeah,
the Chinese, and
for
we're
sure.
stupid.
Yes.
We've been stupid.
I was just talking on the way out to this trip that there's a lot of Chinese people coming in and buying up large plots of real estate, land, and
And it
huge,
just sits there.
I would bet
they're
money that
not-
they own 60% of the Strand.
Yeah.
They're just buying it to own it, and so they can hold it.
They just
and do
sit on
whatever-
it.
They
Yeah.
sit on
It's a
they're empty.
hedge.
Those fucking houses
Yeah,
are empty. I'm
it's a
down at the
hedge.
beach all the time, and they're just empty. Nobody's ever fucking in them.
I go to them when they burn down, which is inevitable, because they're the homeless move into
The
them.
squatters
Yeah.
come in.
Squatters
they
and everything.
cook
They
their
burn down,
sausage.
and we can't find anybody because they're in mainland China.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
hard sometimes for me to believe there's all this crazy conspiracy stuff that the government
true.
is the reason that's doing it, and it's like that's happening though. It's real.
It is real.
You saw
is
that
real.
guy
It is
that they
real.
found that was running biolabs out of Airbnbs.
We just heard something about that the other day. Yeah,
Yeah.
Had all these crazy,
Crazy diseases.
he had crazy diseases like name them Ebola. It was like there was in his
in an
refrigerator.
Airbnb garage.
Yeah, in
But
the,
that
in the
was, he wasn't a
refrigerator.
Chinese nationalist, was he?
Chinese national.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay.
Here illegally.
Oh, shit.
Yes.
That's a fucking...
And
Where's
they
ICE
busted
when you need
another
'em?
one in Nevada They had busted him here in California. He opened another one in Nevada in an Airbnb, and it was a neighbor's, and people dropping up. And I hear this because I got a buddy of mine who's an Amazon driver, and he's like, "Yeah, we had this place where we were just delivering packages, and nobody ever picks them up." He's like, "There's thousands of packages sitting in this warehouse out in Chino Hills somewhere, and nobody's picking them up."
Oh my God,
That's fucking scary.
Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
who the fuck is watching the store? Like, what's going on?
I don't know, man. But okay, so and I understand as a somebody who just tries to pay attention a little bit in life and doesn't always turn a blind eye to information.
Yeah.
I knew about this rare earth mineral thing 20 years ago.
Yeah.
And I paid attention to reports when China was in Africa and
Yep.
they were mining for the precious
Yes.
metals and they were building bridges
Yep.
and they were building stadiums,
Ports.
like
in San Pedro.
They were supposed to be
Yeah.
hiring Africans, but they were really bringing in people from fucking China to come in
Illegal
and build
Chinese,
it. Yep. And the amount of rare earth materials that they were mining at that time.
They were strip mining.
Now, this goes all the way back to Bush.
Yep.
So from Bush to Obama,
Senior, Bush
to
Senior, or George
Bush.
W.
I don't know, but
W.
no, Bush Jr.
W.
Yeah. And
They did block that one sale, and if you've been following it this long, you'll remember what I'm talking about. Unocal 76 was about to sell all their mineral rights to China,
Oh my God.
and
Yep.
the Bush administration blocked it.
yes,
Thank God.
yeah.
Thank God.
That's about
George
the only
W.
thing
was
that
in
son of a
oil.
bitch did.
But he knew oil. If
that-
he knew anything, he knew fucking oil, and he wasn't
Well,
going
Well,
to
he
rare
knew-
earth minerals.
He knew fucking Halliburton.
That's what I'm saying. Oil, mineral, they go together. The
But
mineral
at
rights
that
is the
time,
same.
the only way you would have known about rare earth minerals was if you had foresight.
Yes, to understand what was coming.
Right.
And if I knew that, a simple motherfucker from the South Bay who has a high school education, how in the fuck does some think tank in our government not understand that and preach and bitch and moan until the higher ups understood that and started to make changes back then? I almost went into mining rare earth materials, but I knew nothing about mining fucking 20 years ago. And I was going to go to Arizona and fucking Nevada and Montana and start doing some ecological shit. I looked into it a little bit and I was like, this is stupid. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about.
Yeah, I don't know how you get into it. It's like without.
You need like $17 million and you're golden.
Like, it was like when I got into the cigar business, the older guys were like, "Hey, you know how you make $1 million in the cigar industry, right?" I was like, "No, how?" Of course, I want to know how, right?
course, right.
He's like, "You start with $2 million."
That's right. That's right. Sound advice.
Yeah.
Yeah. No shit.
I was like, "Damn it!
no
If
money in
only I knew."
No money in cigars whatsoever. None. Just
And
enjoyment.
then Russia, this is I've said this before. I don't know if I've ever said it on the pod. I think I did in one of our early podcasts. That as much of a fucking dictator that Putin is, and how he raped his country financially, he has honestly been one of the best things for that country to bring them out of the poverty that they were in, to bring them to the stage that they are today. Now, I'm not saying that it's the way I would have done it or it's the American way to think by any means, but that's why the people allow him to stay there, because their lives steadily improved from Gorbachev and those guys who were fucking running the country before
The
to when
hardliners.
to when he came in and he turned that country around to some degree, that now the people could be proud to be Russian, that now they had money in their pockets, they were able to go out to dinner, they were able, the economy was growing. Now, I've also talked to Russians that have immigrated here from there, and some of them lost their businesses to the oligarchs over there when all of that happened.
Yep.
And they fled after that.
Right.
And, so their attitude is, in order to fucking stop Putin, you've got to kill like 50 motherfuckers and then you can start over.
Yeah.
And you can't just take him out because there's too many that are all involved with it, and they're all.
It's all been that going that way.
And
the
most of
whole
the
time.
oligarchs he grew up with at some point in his career.
That's the thing, right? So that's the same thing the Chinese did. So the Communist Party says, okay, you can be rich, 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 you can,
Make all
and they
your
were
friends.
all part of the hardliners prior to capitalism, right? So they say, okay, now go provide jobs,
Right.
and
Be the
create
founders.
a middle class, right?
Be the JP Morgan.
Be the JP Morgans,
Yeah,
and
be
then
the-
when you
yeah.
need money, the state will come in, and so it's and at what we refer to it here is Chinese money,
Right.
where Sony does it, the studios do it all the time. Is all of a sudden they'll buy up all of their vendors, bring them in house, and then they'll all steal from each other's budgets, so everybody makes their numbers at the end of the year. But at the end of the fiscal year, the company's looking at it going, wait a minute, we hemorrhaged probably $250 million. Why? How did we hemorrhage? Well, because everybody's just
taking from
moving
each
money
other.
around.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, well, sound department needs, X amount of millions of dollars in order to make their
and
budget.
we didn't budget that right.
And we didn't
so-
budget that right, and so they shifted over to the guy in charge of the backstages and everything else is and that's the way they run their country.
Yeah. Well, I
And
mean,
in doing so, they've got the people to want to, or they've got the people to accept that type of leadership.
Right.
And,
I don't know that they have a choice. I think they're like, this is at least better than it was.
correct.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
But
if
those
it was
economies
bad
are
enough,
crumbling.
They would fucking stand in front of tanks again.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, Tiananmen Square.
Yeah.
yeah, a small portion.
And,
Which is all you need.
straight
Yeah.
up.
Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes.
We won the American Revolution with 3% of the population.
Yep.
Beat
And
the-
some money.
And some money. And a couple of rogue nations. France.
Yeah.
We got to take our hat off to France for that one.
Yep.
Spain.
Spain. But
Yeah, well, it's all about religion.
so if we, our goal is to let those countries be their own sovereign things, we just got outplayed. And why did we get outplayed?
As I've come to realize, right? So I've done some maturing just in Trump's 2 administrations. And I've listened to that guy, not the caricature of him, but the actual him. And he's actually playing chess. And he's looking at the globe and he's looking at all the players.
Okay, hang on a second before
Sure.
you finish that, bro.
Yeah, go.
I bet money he doesn't even fucking know where the chess pieces fucking move.
Okay.
Okay?
All right.
The guy is a consummate and a fucking excellent car salesman or real estate salesman or just salesman in general. Because every person that he comes across, he compliments them. He is getting them to like him. And it's literally 20 fucking words. Beautiful. Oh, stupendous. You're gorgeous. Oh, this guy is incredible. He's the best that's ever happened. Literally the same fucking 20 words. And he will get you to accept his friendship. And then at the same time, he'll fucking walk away from you and say, that fucking piece of shit motherfucker's a fucking cocksucker. And because there's multiple people that reported that playing golf with them and everything else. and
How many times have you done that?
Well,
Come on.
Yeah. No. I really try not to be that guy. If I don't like somebody, I don't fucking talk to them.
Yeah,
Or I'll say, how
yeah.
are you? And that's about all you're gonna fucking get out of me.
That's why we're not president.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
I accept
true.
those
That's true.
that being thrown out. Okay, for sure.
Yeah.
But this is a guy that, aside from real estate, every fucking business he touched went into bankruptcy. Every new fucking venture failed. And I know you could say, oh, well, you have to break a few eggs to fucking make an omelet, this or that and that and the other.
And you can say that bankruptcy also is a part of a business plan many times to save a business. Like
His weren't to save his fucking businesses.
Be pieces.
His ties and his fucking Trump University was not to save a fucking
but not
business.
all of them. When you go bankrupt, you often are trying to save, you can and find ways, loopholes in bankruptcy to save your business.
I have a feeling that this is exactly like religion. I'm never going to fucking win because we keep moving the goalpost.
Well, I mean, it's just keep it in mind.
I'm letting you talk. Go ahead.
I'm not.
Go
I'm
ahead.
Just saying, anytime you combat with anything against Trump that you fucking see with your own eyes, somebody's got a fucking reason why it's acceptable.
So let me ask you: is there anything I could say to convince you otherwise?
Convince me that he's a fucking genius? No. And the only reason you can't do that is because the guy he still doesn't know. He's learned, okay? Don't get me wrong. I think if you are in a position at a job, you're going to fucking pick things up through osmosis, if nothing else.
Okay.
And in the big scheme of it, he realized he's got the biggest fucking stick. So because he's got the biggest fucking stick, he's going to bully the rest of the world into whatever the fuck he wants it to be.
Okay.
And are we a fucking dictating country that's going to dictate to the rest of the world? I guess that's what we are going to be. Because now it doesn't matter if China fucking beat us to those oil fucking reserves in Venezuela through legitimate fucking rules and regulations that we implemented around the world. And that we fucking put in play because we were taking advantage of it. And the moment that it no longer is an advantage to us, we change the fucking rule book. Now, right, wrong, or indifferent, do I want our country to succeed? Of course I do. Do I want our country to succeed by being a fucking dictator and by putting the fucking the scale on the other countries who can't combat us? I don't necessarily know if that's the way I want to fucking pull it off. I think we should be smarter about it, and we should be economically, fiscally conservative so that we build a fucking war chest from proper financial fucking obligations and doing it the right way versus fucking raping the whole world, and then once we don't like the fucking outcome, go fucking drop bombs on them or fucking take their presidents and do anything we want to do because we can.
But my question would be, did you feel exactly this way his first term? Or is it now that you're feeling with this first year?
No, with the first term, he was fucking running without any headlights in a fucking pitch black forest, and he didn't know what the fuck was going on. And the rest of the people who were controlling the governmental agencies were trying to fucking make him have decorum and follow the rules that the previous presidents have done. Now, what has he learned from that process? When he got out of office that first time, he saw all the roadblocks that he was up against. Mm-hmm. And then through the Heritage Foundation, they went to work. And the Heritage Foundation said, in order for you to fucking change these things the way we want them, you're going to have to fucking ban this. You're going to have to change this.
Yeah,
you're going to have to
just straight up go in there.
You're going to have to go in there. You're going to have to, if there's somebody who doesn't like what you do, you don't argue with them and you don't have a debate. You fire them and you replace them across the fucking board.
Yeah.
Period. If they're not a yes man, they're out of here. Yeah. So now what does that do? Are we a fucking country of the people for the people? Or are we a country who's going to fucking all get fired and only the people who he fucking wants to do this are the people?
So let me ask
all a
you.
Dictatorship.
So let me ask you. Who in the bureaucracy is elected?
Who in the bureaucracy is elected?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The
Because you're concerned
officials.
about who's getting fired. Well, we don't fire elected officials, except the people fire the elected officials. So who in the bureaucracy?
That's only
who
Congress,
in the bureaucracy
that's
that
only
Trump
Congress,
is firing is elected?
He's only firing people that
Nobody.
work for him.
None.
That's exactly. So the only people being fired in the bureaucracy are bureaucrats. They're not elected by the people.
Let me
now,
rephrase
my
word of bureaucracy
Uh-huh.
to the people that have an idea of how a government operates and
they have an idea of how they think the government should operate.
Okay, but do we not have moral
standards and ethics?
Moral standards and ethics?
Of course.
Okay, so are killing U.S. citizens in the street because we're going after illegal immigrants for one reason or another, whether it's their fault, our fault, or anything in between? Is that what we want?
Obviously, we don't want anybody getting killed. However,
they don't. There are some, but it's the institution that you put on the road and you start rolling out, and it's your policies and it's your guidelines that.
It's our policies. He campaigned on it. We elected him because of those campaign promises.
Those weren't his campaign promises.
Absolutely, 100%. Those were his campaign promises.
Okay, so his campaign promise was to
deport
shoot Americans.
everyone.
Was it for the ICE to shoot Americans?
No.
No, of course not. But the way that they went about doing it, and the only reason I can say this is because I had a gentleman sitting right where you're sitting tell me the rule book was out the window and the brakes were off.
Yeah, we haven't released anything like that yet. We're trying to have one of those guys come back and finish the show because we had to get it interrupted. But the idea, what we're talking about now is what he's doing right now with forcibly making changes in our country, such as ICE and going to Venezuela. You don't have an issue with the first term. I just want to establish that. The first term went well as far as economic visibility. We did nothing but rise. He brought a lot of manufacturing back to our country, which is what he was starting to do in the first 100 days with tariffs. And I stood by that. I still do on microphone. I'm waiting for it to pan out. It's still going to work. I'm in manufacturing. I see what it's doing, and I understand the wave and how it's going to work out. But the dictatorship, I think he has the biggest problem with, is the stuff that's going on now, where it's like, yeah, go do this, go
Straight
take
up.
these people, and we've said before,
Go do what? Because Maduro was not elected. You know that, right?
No, I'm talking. My reference was ICE. My reference right now is the ICE thing.
But I know. So one of the things that he mentioned, because I let him.
Yeah, he went.
Yeah,
he's going.
We don't like the elections that Maduro got elected.
By 98%.
98% what?
He was elected by 98%.
I understand that. Okay. So when we took him out, what did we change? The people, there's still the same fucking cabinet that's underneath him. The vice president was still his vice president. What has changed? Now that lady is saying, fuck you, United States, I'm not going to. And Trump's saying, well, fuck it, we'll get rid of you too. So we didn't vote her in either. They didn't vote her in. We're just fucking doing whatever it takes so that whatever it is beneficial to us.
Absolutely. So Venezuela's entire oil industry was set up by America and American companies. They had 50 and 60-year
with
leases.
Economic hitmen that went out and conquered that and accomplished that job.
I don't know. There's no evidence of that.
There is
if
evidence.
you can provide evidence of that,
I'll
not
give that
a
to
single
you.
guy on a podcast who says, "Oh, this is what happened." That's not evidence.
I paid attention when those things were happening, and I watched an interview from the economic hitman, who it's his job to go to Venezuela and go do that. And he fucking said, "This is exactly what we did."
Which was what?
Which was we went there and we put pressure on them. We would go there and we would give them loans so that they could start producing more oil. Mm-hmm. And then we would we'd have them. I don't exactly know. I don't recall because it was fucking 20 years ago when this interview came out that I remember watching, and it was
Political hitmen.
But they're economic hitmen is what they call them.
They're political. They call them political foxes, really, and they go in and they behind closed doors uproot.
Yes, they'll overturn governments,
and we've been doing this.
They'll support the rebels, and then get the rebels to flip the government.
And we know.
And then once that rebel gets into that government, okay, now we're going to go in and make those negotiate those deals with them. So if we're doing that shit, why are we getting upset and going to fucking when other countries are doing it? I don't understand. It's like pot calling the kettle black. It's, you know what I mean? But it's okay because we're righteous.
There's an element of truth to what you're saying. 100%. And that was under a rogue CIA that was running rogue black ops.
It was Ronald Reagan.
No, Ronald Reagan was actually working against his own CIA. His CIA was starting color revolutions, and he was arming rebels. And he had to do it through Oliver North, by sending arms and munitions to Iraq and then
And
back
cocaine
to
us.
and back to Nicaragua, while CIA was running drugs and guns in order to pay for their operations.
Mm-hmm.
So you're right, but it wasn't sanctioned by our government or by the elected officials. It was fucking bureaucrats doing this shit on their own. And then what happens is we're all stained with the same brush.
Okay,
So-
I'll look deep into that to talk about that, and because I don't have
Trust
enough
me.
information to.
It's like the Bay of
under-
Pigs in Cuba.
It makes sense. You have it just makes sense to think that you have government agencies that have a different plan now with a new reign, so to speak, and you've got the bureaucrats underneath that have been there that don't believe and want to do that. So then
You're
they
not going to have
backdoor it all.
Congress fund your little black op.
No, you
They
can't.
don't fund it. So CIA goes, well, we'll fund it. They bring in a pilot. Pilot starts flying drug runs. They're dropping coke in the middle of the Gulf. They're picking up. They even Tom Cruise made a movie
Yeah,
about
Yeah,
it.
but why do we
Yeah.
not persecute those people?
Great question, because it's politically untenable.
Yeah.
So what they do instead is just go, oh, okay, well this practice has been ended. So you actually had, like I said, Reagan trying to basically go around them, arm the rebels against basically our own people who the CIA was. So it was an internal fight, and the people in that country were suffering as a result of it. The good news is our elected official was on the good guys' side. The bad news is our CIA, the bureaucrats, the guys who nobody elects, and in fact nobody even knows are there, are doing the shit that they're doing.
Okay, so so you're telling me I'm completely, and then this could be, I forget what
They were
call,
running
they
drugs
call
all
it
the
a-
way to Chicago.
No, but they call it the Mandela effect. So am I misremembering that it wasn't, okay, he wanted to arm Nicaragua guerrillas. They needed arms.
The rebel fighters.
The rebel fighters, okay? That is Trump and Oliver North, all that wanted to do that, correct? Am I remembering that right?
Reagan.
Reagan.
I mean Reagan, not Trump. Reagan.
Correct.
And then in order to do that, Congress wouldn't fund that, so they had to find the money elsewhere.
CIA had to
Okay,
find the
but
money.
it's still under his direction. The CIA is not under
No,
Trump's
the
direction.
CIA. So did you see that interview with Kristi Noem? I don't care what you think about her, but she was on the Patrick Bet David
I didn't see that interview.
podcast, and he's interviewing her. She gets in office and she finds out that people within her organization had put software on her phone or hardware on her phone that was tracking and recording everything that she did,
I believe
unbeknownst
that.
to her.
I believe that.
Then she finds out that there is an entire organization in the same building as her that they didn't know was operating and who was paying for it. And how all of that was discovered was Doge. Those guys came in, found all the streams of money and where the money was going and how it was operating, but there was no head of any agency that basically looked over and had any oversight over these. They didn't even know they existed. Then they found burn bags all over the FBI with documents that they were just set to burn. Evidence.
Okay,
Which,
so here's my question to you. You don't think the Trump administration has any of that stuff?
why would they then tell us about it?
Everybody already knows about burn bags, and everybody knows that stuff goes on. Everybody knows that information gets destroyed. That's not a secret.
No, everybody thought they knew.
So let me
now
just give
we
you
know.
An example. Let me just give you an
Yeah.
example. Let's just look at what we see in front of our eyes. Okay. And I am not condoning anybody that puts their hands on an ICE official or a police officer unless you see them doing clearly something wrong.
Which would be what?
Which would be a police officer beating a fucking pregnant woman. Just not that this happened. Just giving you an example.
Okay.
A police officer beating a pregnant woman that just pulled out of the car, and you see that happening. I would go and fucking
she's
pull.
unarmed.
And she's unarmed.
Right, okay, so
and he's
the
beating the
worst of
fucking
the worst.
shit out of her. So I would pull somebody off of that situation. You can arrest me and take me to jail for it, and I'll fucking deal with the
But
consequences.
you wouldn't resist, right? you would get arrested and then go to court.
No, I'm
and-
not saying she's resisting.
No. I'm saying you're saying you would intervene.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
So after the fact, because obviously you're going to get tackled and arrested,
Correct.
and you wouldn't resist.
Correct.
Exactly.
So 1,000%. But I may be covering myself up in a ball so I
Sure.
don't get kicked in my fucking lose my teeth.
Sure.
Okay. And we saw an officer pull the gun out from his
Petrie. What's his name again? Alex Petrie. Do you remember the guy that got shot recently?
Yeah. Yeah.
What's his name?
Pettit or
Yeah,
something.
Yeah, one of those.
Yeah.
And then another officer shoot him while he's covered up. Okay, you can call that resisting. You can call that whatever. The girl who got shot in her truck was visibly turning the other way, and the cop stepped in front of her, which is not. They're not supposed to do that according to their own rule books. Okay. Now I'm not saying that that's not a tactic that's not used, because it is used, because it happened to me. And I didn't run over the police officer because I'm fucking smarter than that. I don't think she knew the police officer was there. She's talking with this guy. Now, she probably should have put her fucking car in park, let the guy pull her out, and fucking go to jail.
Yep.
And then we're not talking about it.
Correct. I would agree with that.
Yeah.
The guy on the street, he wasn't touching them. He wasn't going after them. He was filming. He was backing up. They backed him all the way up on the curb. They pushed the girl down. He went to help the girl up. They threw him to the ground, beat his ass, and shot him. I only think that stuff went on because of the higher ups saying fucking the brakes are off, go for it. I don't give a fuck what you do. Just fucking beat them, arrest them, fucking smash windows, go into houses. I don't care about an arrest warrant. I don't care about fucking anything. You just go fucking make it happen.
There's no. They keep throwing that around. This bullshit administrative warrant. There's no such thing. You can deport that. One, they had already had their day in court, so they had already had an issue to deport, which you're not even entitled to that. But we give them that because of this bullshit asylum claim that Biden created. So everybody who came in, there was an app that they took and misused so that you could be in Nicaragua, fill out the app, claim political asylum, and then all you had to do was get across the border and show them that you had claimed political asylum.
I do not doubt any of that. Do not doubt any of that.
And so what they did was they filled our courts 20 years in advance, 20 million people, which we can process. Maybe I don't know what the numbers are, so I'm not going to throw it.
Number. Yeah,
it's a
I
very
read
small,
it somewhere.
right?
Yeah.
A very small amount of number. So you could be here indefinitely. Then they were issuing social security numbers. Again, how do we know all of this? Doge. Again, they found all of these social security numbers that were being issued to these illegals who were here illegally, and they were receiving benefits. Now, what does that do once you receive that social security number? It takes it off of the illegals getting benefits. These aren't illegals getting benefits. These were false social security numbers that they were giving these asylees. That allowed them to work. It allowed them to collect.
Who was giving false?
Biden's administration.
So you're telling me that, right? So if that's true,
That's true.
then I expect to see some heads roll and some people go to jail for it.
That's what I 100% agree. But the difference is that this DOJ is actually going through the process, and in order to go through the process, it takes time.
Okay, I'm with that 1,000%.
Yeah.
Now back to the incident that we saw in front of us.
Real quick, I know
Yeah.
you won't forget what you're talking. I want to let the listeners know that you're listening to Scott, who was adopted and raised by immigrants, by Cuban refugees, and Hispanic family members as well. There's Mexican in your family,
Yeah.
all of that. So this isn't just a bald-headed white dude.
I have somebody in my
Spouting off
I have
shit.
somebody in my family who is what did Obama call them? A dreamer.
Right. So I just want to throw that out there. This isn't.
Do you think that they should be deported?
They're going through the process.
Do you think they should be deported?
They know that they could be.
I'm asking you what you think.
I mean, it's a person I love, you know?
Then you would say no.
Of course, I don't want them deported, but I understand that that's a reality. It could happen.
Okay. Do you think that they should have a path to citizenship?
I'm open to that discussion. I'm open to that discussion with a path to citizenship, especially those people that came as kids to no fault of their own.
Correct.
You know, I think that those people absolutely should have a path to citizenship, if not amnesty.
I think. everybody should have a path to any citizenship in any country that is capable of giving it to them.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I,
I mean,
want
I
to
would
say
agree
that.
with you, and
I
I would
don't
hope
have a
that that's-
problem with anybody
it
coming
doesn't
here
always
doing
work
it
that
the
way.
right way.
The right way,
The right way.
100%.
A path to citizenship. I
The-
don't care where you're coming from or
the
where, if
legal
you want to
path.
leave here
Correct.
and you want to become a citizen in England or you
Yeah.
want to become a citizen in Egypt, and that government allows new citizens to become naturalized, right? I'm cool with that.
You have to be able to assimilate those people. If you are unable as a country, as a culture and a country to assimilate those people, you have no business immigrating them.
Right.
Correct.
And we do. And we do.
And then you'll hear fucking Democrats or left wing people say, you know, that
They're anti-borders.
yes. Well, the ones that are on the extreme side
The left.
for sure, 1,000%.
That's what I'm talking
Yeah,
about.
yeah,
Who
yeah.
we can't have a conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
you
for the
have to.
record, that was Alex Pettit and that girl were in organizations that don't believe they're what do they call it? They still call the United States Turtle Island. That's that group. They're
part of
nuts.
So I don't even know about this group.
Yeah, they're nuts. So they believe that we're on stolen land. There are no borders. People can move freely wherever they want between countries, and there is no American culture, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
Okay.
I will say we are on stolen land.
No, of course.
Everybody is on stolen land.
100% of the world,
Is stolen
except maybe
land.
the Jews, is on stolen land.
Oh, that's a whole nother show. That is a whole nother show.
Okay, so but back to my one thing I was trying to talk about. So you believe then when Kristi Noem comes on, or the other borders are, or Tom Homan, or the guy that they kicked out of Minnesota that wears the
Yeah, the
Nazi
guy
trench coat?
I don't know why he. That's a very unfortunate choice of garb. It's like, dude, wear a suit, bro. Yeah, don't come up here looking like a tin pot
The
dictator.
fucking
Yeah,
SS
it's like,
on the goddamn
I
shoulders.
agree. That
when
just
they say
politically
that these people were terrorists and they're domestic terrorists.
Yes, I believe
you
that.
believe that they were
100%.
Okay, then
Yeah.
well, I can't talk with you anymore until I find out about this group. But
Please,
I definitely don't
do.
think these people were domestic terrorists.
I promise you, I don't just hurl that around.
Okay.
These are the Turtle. I think it's Turtle Island is the reference. In fact, you can Google it right now. If we're gonna Google, let's Google something.
Yeah, let's Google something.
worthwhile.
You know, we've talked about those shootings a few different times, and I'm a big advocate of the badge, and so I'm always pointing.
But hang on
We're
a
going to
second.
let you get back to it. I just
Okay.
was saying that
All right.
everything that he's bringing up, I've tried to feed him another point of view from the badge, from that other side, and the state of mind that these badges are
And
in.
for the record,
But he made a good point today that when your president takes the gloves off and he tells the agents it's open season, do whatever, it creates a mindset
within the
where,
limits of the law.
No,
Yes.
I'm
No.
gonna say it.
Yes.
They're not.
No,
We know
no.
information you don't know.
Okay.
We have spoken to. I have a friend who works in Homeland, and he turned us on to a guy who was willing to come meet with us, and we sat him down. We didn't finish, but in the beginning, we said, "So what's the deal with this? I mean, we're hearing that you guys can do whatever you want." And he goes, "It's exactly the case." Said they're telling us to do whatever it takes, just do it. There isn't necessarily a letter of law that you're following at this point because you're federal.
I don't buy that.
He's on the street.
We
He's
didn't
on the
try to
street.
get it out.
No,
I'm
I
not-
believe you,
know
that
what
he
I mean?
said that.
Yeah.
I don't buy that.
Yeah, so that's what
Because
that's where
he's
he gets
bent
that
over
from.
backwards to go by the letter of the law, to his own detriment. He's listened to these stupid judges who had no jurisdiction, who have thrown out these federal injunctions over the whole country based on a case in a specific.
I find I don't know how that works out, but we got to discuss that as a country too
Yeah.
about how that works.
I agree.
mean, the other part I will say is that the reality is like, saying one thing on camera on a microphone to cover your ass so you don't look like a dictator is one thing, and then going into the office and saying, we're not doing that. Do it this
Well,
way.
you would have examples of it.
Well, here's
his
the example that
examples
I'm trying to.
Did you want to hear what Turtle Island is, or what are we doing?
Oh, go ahead. Let's do Turtle
Are we
Island
just
first.
I'm just reading what it is.
Sure.
All right. Turtle Island is the name for the North American continent, or sometimes the entire Earth, used by many indigenous peoples, particularly in the northeastern woodlands, originating from oral creation stories of nations like a word I can't say that looks Native American, 3 of them, 3 words. It represents a profound spiritual connection to the land and a mandate for environmental stewardship. So you're saying there's groups that...
Correct.
So now look up those 2 people and see if he or her are part of Turtle Island group. Because,
were they? Yeah, they're the groups that they were part of. That's part of their
mantra.
Part of their their beliefs structure.
So I hear that you say that those people are domestic terrorists because that's what was said by Kristi Noem and by the people.
No. I'm saying they were domestic terrorists by their actions.
Okay, so now let's go back to their actions.
Yeah.
Turtle Island Liberation Front. There's a lot of links for it.
Okay,
here.
give me 1 sec.
Yeah, I'm not going to click them. I don't really know where it's going to take us. It's all fucking fake news. I don't know what I'm clicking. It doesn't really... I can't believe any of it.
So they came out and said that they were domestic terrorists and that they attacked the police.
Mm-hmm.
They said that let's just go with him because she fucking did run over the guy's toe, so you can't say that she didn't fucking do something. And that he attacked the police and that he pulled a gun and he brought that gun there to shoot the police and that he pulled the gun on them and that he attacked the police and that's why the police were defending themselves. Did you see that in the video?
I think some of that was, and I'm defending you, what you're saying. I think some of what they said in terms of attributing motive or attributing intent, right? I don't think you can necessarily attribute intent. You can say this looks pretty bad. I mean, why is this guy to a peaceful protest bringing a gun with 2 loaded mags, and then
inserting himself into...
And inserting himself in between.
Those are my points every time. I said these people
Right.
interject themselves
and I
into
understand
operations.
that. And I understand that wholeheartedly, but I also want to give the right... It's fucking... I told you so, motherfucker. But everybody is a fucking gun right activist in this country, and we think that you have the right to bear arms. I'm included in one of those people.
100%.
So, and I think he has the right to do what he did. We watched during Trump's first term, motherfuckers walk up and down the streets with AK-47s.
Did he have a concealed carry in Minnesota?
Yes,
Whatever
he had a concealed carry permit.
He
He had everything
violating his
legit.
rules. I
Correct.
brought that up too. He violated. He's not supposed to be engaging in acts. He's
Correct.
supposed to be running from the act.
Correct.
And he put himself in the situation. But he made a good point to me. Go ahead. You brought up, what's his name? The kid.
Yeah. So then we have Kyle Rittenhouse.
Who
fucking smokes people and gets off with no issues, no nothing, and is an American folk hero. Huh?
He stood trial in that
did.
area.
Yeah. But according to the rules of that state where he was at and the defense laws and stand your ground and everything else, it was... And look, I also feel that he was going to get fucked up.
Yeah, if not dead. That
Yeah.
one fool had a gun.
Yeah.
And pulled it on him. The one he blew his arm off.
Yes, but that was after he was fucking...
No, the gun he pulled, he was holding the
but
gun
there was
with
chaos before that. And before that guy pulled out his gun,
Yeah,
there
they
was
went
chaos
after him.
ensuing.
He was running. Kyle
Kyle
Rittenhouse
was
was
running.
running away. And they were pursuing him. That dude pulls a gun. Kyle Rittenhouse happened to turn when he saw the gun pulled and shot him.
Yeah. That's exactly what I saw too.
Yeah.
I agree with you 1,000%.
Which was why he was exonerated.
Right. He's defending himself.
And all I'm saying is that this guy didn't even pull out a fucking gun and he's dead. This guy didn't pull out a fucking gun. He didn't fucking do it. He
They're
did.
going through the process. Look, look. Anybody who watched that is like, why is there 10 shots going off?
I agreed.
I agree
It was
with
bad.
all those things, but it's
Yeah.
what they painted the picture afterwards.
Yeah, you had a
that
problem
you're
with that.
telling me
There's the
that they're
political-
not lying.
I'm-
You're telling me that they're not.
I'm not saying that. I'm not telling you that everybody is squeaky clean here. I'm not saying that at all. What I'm saying is this all could have been avoided had he not been in that situation, and he put himself in that situation. This all could have been avoided.
if the fucking cops didn't do what they were, if the ICE didn't do what they were doing to the woman.
I don't know because I'm not in that situation in that moment, right? So you see a guy who had been a problem. They knew him So we just see this little 3-second clip. But that guy a week earlier is beating the shit out of an ICE vehicle.
He kicked the tail
And
light out.
kicking the tail light out.
My point on that was, I brought that up. I said, you can't take and think.
A snapshot.
Well, you can't
No,
think
but-
that the
yeah.
guys that were at that situation where he's kicking that tail light, and he had his gun then, the video of him kicking that tail light, you could see his printing his gun.
Yeah.
He's violating, I said on camera, he's lucky he didn't get shot that day.
Correct.
But you can't say that those ICE agents were the same ones that were there
Yes,
at
you
this
can.
other one. I can't get on board with that and say that they all remembered him. And if one did, maybe they told the rest of them. I can't agree with that. I can't let that play in. I have to see what I saw. And I do see that an ICE agent getting physical with a female that wasn't doing what they wanted.
No, but see, look,
And-
here's the thing. So here's another thing that you need to keep in mind, and maybe you guys have already discussed that. That group of people, Alex, Renee, all of them, these guys were running a covert op, and they were running plates on the ICE vehicles and intercepting ICE vehicles, stopping them, identifying them as ICE, and then harassing them.
Right, interjecting. But
Correct. So
but
this wasn't...
They're
this-
stopping the vehicle?
Yes.
They were getting okay. So I will say this: Sarah put her vehicle in the way of other vehicles.
This
We
way.
talk
Yeah,
about
yeah,
this.
I
and
saw,
she's
and I
blocking
agree
other
that
Yeah.
all
vehicles.
that. Yeah,
But
but
I
she
thought-
also went to back out of the way, and she pulled her car over
They
to
said-
the curb. No, I watched it.
Well, she was trying to turn around and do that. So
No,
what
no,
they
no.
were doing was this.
No, hang on. So I watched the video, and we can pull the video back up and show
Sure.
the whole exact thing.
Sure.
So here's the street coming down the street. She's parked. They're doing something down the street right here.
Put your mic in front.
They're doing something down the street right here. And there's a good fucking 50 to 80 yards between the two of them. And she's blocking the street. Which I personally would not have done, but I'm not an activist out here for one right or the other in any fucking form, shape,
Yeah.
or anything of it. And then as they got done and they're coming down the street, she backs out of the way and pulls into the curb. As she pulls into the curb, one of the police officers is walking down the street here, and he says something to her.
Yeah.
And she goes to leave.
Yeah.
Well, he's filming her with his
Yeah.
camera.
The guy on the sidewalk?
The guy
to
on
her.
the other cop, the ICE cop, the one she hit.
No, not him. So there's a
There's a couple
third
views.
guy.
Yeah, there was a bunch of them.
Yeah, there's a third guy that's walking down the sidewalk and walks next to her vehicle, and they have a conversation. So I don't know what happened in that conversation, but I know after that conversation, she goes to pull out.
That was
Wow.
the guy who told her,
No,
get
hang
out
on.
of the vehicle,
No,
you're
hang on,
under
then
arrest.
I'm going to show you.
Not
I'm
him,
gonna keep
okay.
going.
Two different dudes.
So then there was a vehicle as she was on the curb. As before she pulls out, there's a Suburban that comes up and pulls in front of her. As she pulls out, there's a vehicle in front of her that's parked, and then there's the ICE agent truck that goes in front of her. She pulls out and she's talking shit to the guy that's now stopped in the street and walking up to her car.
Right.
And in that video, we do see her have a conversation with him. She says, I'm getting out of your way, I'm getting out of your way, or whatever the fuck she says at that point. But she was telling him at that point, and it's on the video, you can pull it up right now and look at it. She's telling him, I'm getting out of your way, I'm not here to stop you.
She's
I didn't
running her
hear that.
mouth. Hold on.
But look, pull the video.
I watched the video a number of times, and I have it memorized
Okay,
because
yes.
the way she's interacting with him, she's being fucking.
Is there going to be a test?
She's condescending as fuck. She's really.
She's a bitch.
I would agree.
back-talking.
I would
Yeah.
agree
So,
that she is.
so he's
I
got
would
his
agree
argument
that
was
she
he's
is.
got one telling her to leave,
And notice
the other one.
I didn't include that in a justification.
No, yeah. But I would agree that
She was
she
a
is.
total
his issue
bitch.
is the
Yeah.
other cop is now telling her to get out, and
Right.
she's got two different cops telling her one thing,
And she's not getting
she's
out.
looking this way,
Right.
and she doesn't want to get out of the car
Correct.
because if she did, she would have put it in park.
No,
and
she
would have
had
got the
no
fuck out.
intention
Yeah,
of
she
getting
had no
out of the
And
intention
car.
so
of getting
what
out of
she
the car,
did is
for
she
sure.
turns the wheel right and then gasses and looks forward, and there's a cop there. So there's a lot of issues with the
Yes.
situation.
All of that is exactly
but-
what happened.
But
For sure.
I thought, I'm going to bring this into the picture. I thought you said, if you knew this, that they lived down the street from that incident. That they were only outside because they were on the street.
No.
And,
Yeah.
Okay, so if no is no.
I know they're
thought that
from
you-
the neighborhood, but I don't know if they were on that. If they were lived on that block.
So when
but I know they were from the
Scott
area.
said that they're part of a group and they're doing this, it
And
gets
came
rid of
down
this whole
from
house thing.
Canada.
And it gets rid of this whole.
Do what about Canada?
They came down from Canada.
They're Canadians.
Her and her girlfriend.
They're Canadian.
The girl's
residents?
American. Her girlfriend was
But they
Canadian.
had moved to Canada to escape Trump.
Oh, okay.
And then came back specifically
To cause problems.
So
it's just really accountability. Yes, if one isn't doing, then the other isn't. And he can make the argument that, well, if ICE wasn't shoving people and being
the bottom line,
as violent as they've been.
I'm prepared to give ICE the benefit of the doubt in this situation. And I'm not a big government guy by any stretch of the imagination. I don't think, I mean, we have to have an ICE because we've got, I don't know how many millions
We could have
of...
an INS.
Okay. INS,
Yeah.
ICE, whatever you
ICE
want
is
to call
the
them.
street version of it, though. You have to have people with boots on the ground.
Enough of these guys. And honestly, if these states were turning these guys over to ICE while they're in prison, it wouldn't be a problem. You see what's going on right now in Virginia.
Like Obama did.
Like Obama did. Exactly. We didn't hear about any of this
We didn't hear
bullshit.
about, and George Bush deported more than all of them, and he didn't have the issues either because he did the same tactic. Trump didn't want to do that tactic. Trump wanted to make a spectacle and a show.
No.
Well-
The states are declaring themselves sanctuary states and not cooperating with ICE in the prisons.
Okay,
so
you're-
they're
you're-
releasing these guys on the street.
They're not declaring themselves sanctuary states for criminals that are locked up in prison.
Yeah, they are.
No, they want those people fucking
Do
deported.
you see what's going on in
anybody else.
Virginia right now?
No, I don't.
Spamberger. So the bitch that ran as a moderate, who's an ex-CIA spook.
No, I don't know about that.
So she refused to turn over this guy who was 40 times arrested, for one of which was rape and the other one was attempted murder.
Shame
Then
on
he
her.
gets out. She releases him on the street. He murders a woman in
Shame
front
on
of her
her.
child.
Shame on her.
This is what I'm talking about.
Shame on those people.
There's no way that piece of shit, one, shouldn't have been in the country. Two, should have been released to the streets.
I'd agree with you, 1,000%.
But you're gonna make the argument, which I also would make the argument, that pulling grandma off the bus stop doesn't cover that same realm of argument. You know, when they're in the beginning, when we're going with ISIS patrolling the street and pulling cars over based on brown skin and just going in and pulling in whoever doesn't have paperwork, it's a bad view of how things are being done. So I disagreed with that part.
I looked into that because I was like, okay, is there truth to this? Are they just stopping people and asking for paper? So what was happening is they tended to find other illegals living with their
Yes.
targets.
Yeah.
So those other illegals then were asked, are you here legally? And many of them could not even speak English. So there's problem number one. Okay, let's look a little further. And that is considered acceptable within profiling.
Right.
It is profiling,
It
of
is.
course, because
in
there's-
those situations, you're 100% correct.
And-
we're talking about driving down the street and you see a person of color and they
I
ran
haven't
that
heard
woman
of
off
that.
the road. That first in the report, they said she ran into them.
was that Indian woman, the one
Yes.
that they brought into Congress?
Yes.
She's another one of these. She's an agitator.
Okay, so all of them they bring in are all part of the same group?
They're
Now
not
we're
all
gonna
part
paint
of the
a brush
same
with all of
group.
them are
They're
the
all
same.
they're all agitators. Do you know what agitprop is?
No.
You know what okay, so agitprop. Agitate, propagandize. So these people are instructed and trained
By
to
who?
come in and by their groups.
Okay.
They come in, they agitate the police, then they get the reaction, they record the reaction and create the propaganda.
What did you call those?
Well, no, those
They
those,
are-
they called?
those are auditors.
Auditors.
Those are
constitutional
auditors.
auditors.
Okay.
It's a different version.
These are part of a color revolution. Do you know what a color revolution is?
I could guess from what you're
Yeah.
saying.
A color revolution is how communists take over a society. So they're running a low grade color revolution.
Now, is this backed by Israel?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's the Mossad. If you ask Tucker Carlson or Candace Owens,
Watch your cup with the damn pole. You're making me nervous. Drink it, girl. I want to say something real quick. So, a friend of mine.
I have to look up some of those. I'm going to look up the agitator stuff, and I'm going to do some
Yeah,
deep diving
please.
into it.
I'm gonna throw
Yeah,
something
'cause I
out
don't know about it.
that I know nothing about. Someone mentioned to me that how many people died during Obama's roundup? There were a lot of deaths.
Yeah, I saw that. I
we
saw
didn't
something
That went
a banner
completely
about
unreported.
that we went unreported. I mean, and the social media aspect and that stuff is way different than it's ever been since.
And don't
since
get me
Obama,
wrong,
so
I
we're
think the
seeing more
Trump
stuff.
administration, any of the administrations, you're going to have some people that have health issues and that get put in these
absolutely.
places,
Heart
and they're going to have
attacks
heart
and
attacks and shit
cancer
like
and-
yes,
yeah.
it's gonna those deaths are gonna fucking be there, and there's
They're
nothing
terrible.
you can't blame, and if somebody's gonna politicize it,
Of
and
course.
yes. So there, I mean, I think I have more common sense than those people who are just saying that shit.
I don't think that they're arguing in good faith.
Correct. Both sides
You're
never
clearly
argue.
arguing in good faith.
Yeah, both sides never fucking argue in good faith.
I think that, yeah, I mean, unfortunately, that I don't think like the Alex Jones, the Nick Fuentes, the Candace Owens, and increasingly Tucker Carlson argue in good faith. And so they're seen as the right. I don't believe in an American
the guy,
right.
Jesse Waters, is the biggest fucking prick.
So
fucking,
Jesse Waters, you don't like, okay.
No, do you like what he says?
I don't watch Fox News.
Oh, okay.
Or
Yeah.
any
I only
of-
watched the clips of him and
I read.
the one girl going back and forth.
The reason I read is so I don't have a personality. Because I go through it and I look for the facts.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
what are the facts being asserted? And is it factual? So I can easily check the facts. I don't need a narrative constructed around the fact. Give me the fact.
Yeah, or emphasis on words or an
Yeah.
emotion
Right,
attached.
right.
Well,
That's
a
why I
lot of
don't
the
watch
shit
the
that the
news
left
either.
bitches about is the words that come out of Trump and his administration, and then they go and I'll read shit, like I'll read it and it says, oh, Trump got decimated, this or that, or he said this outlandish thing, and then I'll go back and I'll watch the video,
And it's
it wasn't that
neither
fucking
outlandish,
outlandish. It was a
yeah.
fucking joke. Now, does Trump constantly test the waters by speaking it first, seeing the reaction, and then depending on the reaction, decide whether he's going to engage in the thing that he said? He does that shit every fucking day. Every day.
So
Now, good,
Again,
bad, or indifferent.
good, bad, or indifferent, correct.
Yeah.
The guy took a bullet.
Did he really?
He did. Fuck off.
No,
he
no.
got shot.
I'm with you guys. But I'm just
And does anybody
That
know
expert
where
mark-
Mossad was?
Yeah,
Does
nobody-
anybody know where the
Does anybody
Mossad
ever
was?
know?
yes. And I don't believe that shit. I believe we have enough crazy motherfuckers in this country.
Imagine having the wherewithal, if you don't believe everything coming out of Trump's mouth. Imagine having the wherewithal.
Do you
To-
believe everything coming out of his mouth?
No.
Okay. Just made sure. I just need to
No,
make sure.
but I don't think he's intentionally lying. I think, or not, I shouldn't say that.
Yeah, I was about to say, hold on. Of course
No,
he is.
but imagine being asked questions that you cannot answer.
you can't answer him.
You can't answer it. State secrets, whatever it is, you just simply can't answer it.
Yeah. And I know there's some of that.
There's a
There's
lot.
a lot of that,
that.
especially in
Yeah.
today's environment, like we're talking
Yeah,
about now.
yeah.
But to take a bullet, to know that people behind you were murdered, and then to get up in that same crowd and tell them to fight, 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 fight for your country. To have that wherewithal, that's not political awareness. That's deep-seated. That's genuine. That is real. And that's what turned around the entire campaign for him. I mean, they came
He was
after
going to
him.
win no matter what. Besides that,
That may be,
yes.
but I think it was a lot closer.
Fucking Biden had shot himself in the foot with old age.
Biden just, God, talk about the worst 4 years of our country's history. Yeah, that guy was just a political gaffe, a walking gaffe, just a nightmare. And you hear all of the things that were going on in the background, and it's like, thank God we survived those 4 years.
I would agree. I would agree with a lot of those statements
Yeah.
for sure.
We'd be in a different situation and talking about different things if Trump had got his back-to-back presidencies. He wouldn't.
I
Have
don't
had
think
to
he would have
fight.
nearly been as effective
No.
as he is in this
He
second.
needed-
Well,
He
because he
needed-
came in with anger.
needed that
needed-
4
He
years.
needed to
Yeah.
learn, and the think tanks needed to put together a comprehensive plan to execute the things that are going on right now. And that didn't have time because there was so much chaos in the first one and people fighting him at every fucking step of the way.
And then
I agree. And I think he took those 4 years to identify who was going to be his second term cabinet, whereas it would have been a continuation of what he had in the first term.
He literally vetted everybody. If you don't fucking follow what I say, get the fuck
You're
out
out
of here.
Yeah, you're
Period.
out.
I mean, part of it, I've always said that.
Now, D, is that how you want your government ran?
I was
In
just
the
gonna
executive
say-
branch, 100%.
I was just going to
Okay.
say, I want my country run like a business with a businessman, not a
100%.
political figure running a business. A country is a business. All the countries, this entire world are businesses.
Think about it.
And
Anybody
he's
in
running
the
it like a
executive branch,
business.
who did you elect in the executive branch?
Nobody.
Well, okay, not you in particular, but the people
Yeah,
elected Donald Trump
correct.
to be the lead, the head of the executive branch.
Yep.
That fucking executive branch better be doing every fucking thing I elected him for. And that's it. And if you're not on board, get the fuck out.
It's
Get
just like
the
running
fuck
a
out.
company. In a company, you got to run the
Right?
business. And
Well,
there's
imagine
there's
you had a
hierarchy.
shift boss.
Doing everything opposite of what I asked him to do. He'd be gone. So
Correct.
that's my point, is that it is a business. Now, some of the things that he's doing now look bad. Not the economic stuff. It's the civil stuff. Everybody's having the big problems with.
But what civil stuff?
It's the ICE shit, really. It's what it comes
I don't
down
have a
to.
problem with that. Get the fucking political agitators out.
Yeah, I
Get
think
them out.
he's being blamed for how it's being handled. Because,
These aren't protests.
Because they're being told to do whatever. They're not
These aren't protests.
No, they're not protests.
The No Kings rallies aren't protest?
The No Kings rallies are protests. As long as they're not burning shit.
They haven't burned one
breaking
fucking
That's
police.
okay. They keep doing them. It's the issue that
Go
turns
ahead.
otherwise. I always say
Yeah.
I'm for peaceful protests.
You
said
start
for 6
blocking
weeks straight.
streets. You start fucking with my life. Because your rights end at the imposition of mine.
I would agree with that too. I would agree with that
Right?
too.
Yeah.
Yes.
The minute you're blocking my fucking way and things are getting heated, right? I mean, you know this. I
Yeah,
can see
yeah.
you got cauliflower ears,
Yeah,
so
yeah,
you're
yeah,
taking
no.
a couple tumbles,
I'm
right?
I'm the wrong person to ask.
Exactly, exactly. So you start surrounding my car, and I've got my fucking family in the car, and and you're sitting there with your little fucking sign and talking about no kings, and the fuck does that have to do with me? I will run you the fuck over. I will mow you down and get my family to safety.
Yeah.
And I'll deal with the fucking social media garbage. Oh, the guy that, the last guy I hit was black. And I'm white. And I'm bald. I'm a skinhead.
Right.
That's what you're going to be the next
Yeah,
day.
yeah,
You know
yeah,
that,
for sure,
right?
for
Of
sure,
course.
for
That's
sure.
the narrative.
For sure. Yeah.
And those are agit props.
Now I got to look up this. I know that there are people. I know that there are people who fucking get overstimulated and fucking, especially when you have large groups of people and shit gets out of hand. I've been in more fucking concerts that have been sideways than
So in
most.
those groups, Nate McIntyre, look him up. Watch a couple of his videos. I'll send them to you. He's on Instagram. He's on. So he goes straight to these organizations, tracks the money back to these organizations, follows the sign makers, sees the signs being distributed to the quote-unquote protesters, then identifies the paid individuals in the group. So you have the dummies that go, oh, I'll take $20, $30, $50 for the day, whatever, like stand-ins we used to have all over here in Hollywood. Mm-hmm. You're a stand-in for the day. Hold this sign and yell "No Kings" and this and that and the other. And
Who's
then
paying them?
these organizations.
Well, then it's what I'm
No, but
getting
I'm
is
saying-
it's,
an NGO. An NGO, Tides Foundation. Look up Tides Foundation. George Soros. George Soros funds a lot of this shit.
So does that go back to our APAC shit? Our Israeli conspiracy shit that people are talking about?
Yeah, that.
But
So
is it real or is it not?
does
or is George Soros-
does APAC? Are they a what do you call it?
They're supposed to be a lobbying group that
They-
lobbies for
correct.
Jewish
They
Americans.
are a lobbying group, 100%, and they donate to Democrats and Republicans, but they don't have agitators on the street.
now I want to say that they're not. I believe this to be true.
No, but I'm
that
asking
they're
is
not-
George Soros, if he's funding them,
George Soros, this piece of shit. So if you know a little history on George Soros.
I do know.
Do you know what he did when he was 14 years old during World War II?
No.
he was turning in Jews. Do you know he's Jewish?
Yeah, I know he's Jewish. Okay, so then
He was telling the Nazis where the artwork, gold, so on and so forth was.
Okay, so
at
my
14.
question is, so then all the people that say that George Soros is working with the Israeli government have no clue.
No, he's not working
Okay.
with the Israeli government.
All right, that's what I don't
Yeah.
know because I don't. I
He
just
works
listen to them
against.
talk.
He works against. So George Soros has done this all over the world. In fact, I believe, and you can check me on this. I might be wrong, but in Thailand, he's enemy number one. In Great Britain, he's banned from Great Britain. Can't go back to Great Britain. I believe he was part of the prop that crashed the British pound. So he basically bets against currencies. The guy's he's a scumbag. He's the worst kind
He
of.
bets against currency, and then he promotes it by bringing in agitators.
He
to
brings
create-
in
to create an
agitprops.
issue.
Correct.
And I wanted to say something real quick that when you talk about
That's all pretty deep. I'm gonna have to look into this.
agitators
Yeah.
creating protests where you've got money that comes in, making the signs, distributing. I think there is a portion of them that are paid, and then there's the filtration of people who also agree with what you're doing.
You get the
and then you
yeah,
get the masses,
the dummies,
to join
the
in
useful
around,
idiots.
and they want to
Yeah.
be there because they agree with the
Oh no,
king,
it's
or
like
they
there's a
agree with
party
whatever.
in downtown, and we're gonna walk around
Yeah.
and create.
And if you've got a group of 20
chaos.
people and you got one guy who's agitating, he's going to fire those guys up.
Bingo.
Easily,
That's
easy.
the
I think that's
agitator.
what he's saying is that it's not every single person at this place is a fake
No,
fucking
you had
protester.
the paid agitator who's making 70, 80 grand by this NGO, and all of a sudden that NGO, non-governmental organization, it's a 501c3. So in other words, your fucking tax dollars are paying for these NGOs, and then they're taking $70 million and donating it to this local NGO.
Said group or whatever.
That
the
said
fuck it
group.
is.
And then that said group, who is the group of environmental, blah, 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 save the ducks, whatever the fuck they want to call themselves, then they pay,
Could it be Free Cuba?
could be Free Cuba,
Okay, just
could
wanna
be
make
whatever
sure.
you want.
I even
Okay.
believe that those people don't know that that's what that money is, and they think they're just being funded for something they believe in. I think
don't
there's
think they
portions
care.
of that. I think that too. They don't
But
care.
the ones at the top are
They know.
true communists.
Yeah, well,
They believe in it. And this is how you do it. Look up Cloward and Piven. You know Cloward Piven?
Cloward Pivot? No.
So Cloward and Piven in the late 60s developed a thesis or a plan to overthrow the United States government. And the way that they wanted to do it was to overwhelm our welfare systems and our institutions. So what did
Did
they do?
get anywhere?
Well, you
well,
tell
shit,
me.
Look at us.
You tell me.
Okay, but what I'm asking, are they still in existence?
Yeah, they're still alive.
But I mean, is the organization still going, or are there still things?
Their ideas are.
Oh, their ideas.
Their ideas are being used.
And who-
So all these NGOs are doing just that. These NGOs were the ones who were importing all of these illegals.
So who's behind the NGOs? Don't say George Soros is behind all of them.
Billionaires.
What billionaires and for what purpose?
George
Are
Soros
they
is
not
one.
making money off of this country? So why would they want to destroy this
Some
country
of
that
them
they're
are
making money
some
off
of them are Chinese billionaires. Some of them are Russian oligarchs. Some of them are going down
Well,
the line. Some of them
there's-
are Americans who just are communists.
There are ways to destroy a country while you make money on that country for sure. So to argue that point, it
Shorting
doesn't
a stock.
mean- It doesn't
same
mean that
concept.
because they make money here that they're not that
that
they're
they're
for us.
loyal or
Yeah,
that they're
I-
patriots.
yeah.
They're not.
There's always going to be a piece of that.
They're
I'm not
looking
saying-
for, we're going to rule over the ashes.
Yeah, I'm not saying you're wrong, but I think there's definitely pieces that doesn't
They're
necessarily
nihilists
play.
in their beliefs.
I don't know if that plays. Just saying that because they're making money here that they have an interest. The interest is larger. And if what he's saying, I'm just saying if we're talking about that point of view. I think
What
there's other
happens is when
ways.
you get to be a billionaire, in my, this is my own, there's no,
his own conjecture.
yeah, my own thoughts. And I believe that there's truth to it. And I've heard commentary on it from psychologists, what have you, and political scientists. You get to a level of wealth where if you don't have any core beliefs, in other words, you're Mark Zuckerberg, right? You create Facebook. You have no idea that it's going to turn into this multi-billion-dollar behemoth, right?
Juggernaut.
Meta.
Right. And all of a sudden, you've got billions and billions of dollars. And you realize I'm still a miserable piece of shit. So now I want to change the world, and I'm going to shape it into what I think it should be. And I don't have any grasp on morality because I don't believe in anything. In fact, ultimately, I'm a nihilist. You know, we're just kind of here. We're amoebas. We're this, that, or the other. And so I'll decide what is moral because these guys have everything and everyone around them telling them yes. No one tells them no. No one. Once in a while, they'll run into a no, but it's rare. And they'll do everything they can to get around that no. But they can shape things and they can take millions of dollars, like we take out $20 and donate it to this NGO, and they're
to get what they want without
to get
having
whatever
to put
they
their
want
fingerprint on it.
without leaving a fingerprint.
I think there's truth to some. I mean, the idea of it being
Okay, so what separates that concept from an honest protest or an honest buck against the system?
I think you have to get in people's faces and ask them what are your beliefs? What are your core beliefs? Like what do you, I believe in liberty. Do you know what liberty is? Do you know what is required of someone who believes in personal governance? Do you realize you have to have self-discipline? It doesn't mean you can
But
just...
what does liberty mean?
With liberty comes responsibility, right? So basically liberty is I'm not having a government tell me what to do. I'm governed by my consent.
So if the government, and I'm just,
Yeah.
if some of the things that Trump is doing are taking away your liberty, or
I'll let you know as soon as I have a liberty that is being imposed
infringed, okay,
on. I will be the first to let you know.
okay,
100%. Or my business. Because it's very easy for a politician to impose on corporations, right? Mm-hmm. So it's like real quick we can take away corporate rights because why?
So what do you think what he did against the media giants right now is liberty?
What did he do?
When you have two corporations who want to merge and they need the president's signature, but you extort them for 15, 20,
So
30 million
Netflix
dollars.
and Paramount over Warner Brothers.
Well,
correct?
that's the latest one, but what about the one before that went through
Which
with
one?
where the Jimmy Kimmel fucking incident and all of that going on with CBS when they wanted to make that merger?
CBS. Okay, so you're never going to convince somebody that believes otherwise, but Jimmy Kimmel's ratings have been in the shitter for a long time. Period.
So it's the president's job to get him fired?
No, it's
I
not.
just want to know if that's liberty.
No, it's not.
Okay.
However, the FCC, right? So
Is that liberty what they're doing?
I think the FCC should go away. That's my own personal opinion.
Okay.
But that's not where we're at right now.
Right.
Therefore, if we're going to have an FCC, then if you have a license, an FCC license, you have to abide by those airwave rules.
or don't have one.
Or don't have one.
yeah.
So CBS
Become a
determined
podcast.
become a podcast. That's correct.
Yeah, have your
Until that
own
changes.
your own
It-
studio
until that changes.
broadcasting system.
Correct.
Yeah, that argument's made on every point. You know, you're going to be able to bring it. Well, what about when he limits your gun
No,
rights?
the
I'm
thing is he
addressing your
profited
point,
from it.
But I'm addressing your
Who
point.
profited?
Trump.
How?
They paid him fucking. Look up how much Trump got paid for the fucking not this last merger, the
No, he
merger
sued
before.
them.
I understand he didn't
Yeah.
sell it out of court, but the suit was all bullshit. But they paid him just because they needed his
If the
signature.
suit was bullshit, then why would they settle?
Because they were about to make billions of dollars off of the fucking off the sale of the company.
No, because they want to avoid discovery. You understand? That's
I
why
understand
Trump
that.
sues.
I totally understand that.
That's why Trump sues. He's like, okay, motherfuckers, let's go to discovery. Let's get all your emails. Let's get all your phone calls, text messages, everything. Let's fucking get it. And
Is that
all
is that
those
liberty?
lawyers.
That's
Yes.
that's leverage.
That's liberty?
I think that's
100%.
leverage. I
So
think
you're
that's
saying
A
leverage.
for
judge has to approve it. If I can sue you, which I, as a U.S. citizen, if I feel you've damaged me, I can sue you. And in that lawsuit, I am
As a political figure, you can. So
He's still a personal figure as well.
that's a double standard, bro.
It's not a double standard.
It is a double standard.
It's not. So you're saying that as a politician, now there's a difference between, just like Congress. Congress is allowed to go on the floor and say whatever the fuck they want and damage you to shit, and they have immunity. They can say whatever they want, and you can't sue them. That's why they can go on there and call him a Nazi and this and that and the other, and he has to eat shit because they have congressional immunity.
Okay, I can.
So from his
understand
office,
That's a liberty violation, by the way.
correct, but he went after them for shit they said while he was a private citizen. This is right. He's not using the DOJ to go after him. He's going after him with his own personal lawyers. It's like, okay, like George Stephanopoulos, that fucking Pee-wee runt. What did they do? ABC had to pay him $15 million. And he took the money and donated it. But they wanted to avoid discovery because they knew. What did Elon discover when he bought Twitter? All the Twitter emails, all the, who was it? Matt, what's his face? The journalist. Matt Taibbi, the other one.
Matt Lauer.
No. You can't leave. No, Matt Taibbi and the other one. Anyway, they went through all those emails. Good God, dude. The communication that was going on between the Biden administration, Twitter executives.
This is all over COVID, right?
This is all during COVID, correct? Yeah, all that shit that was going on. What they uncovered, and nothing. I was like, people need to go to prison.
What did they uncover?
They uncovered the Biden DOJ putting their thumb on these social media companies, telling them, shadow ban this person, shadow ban that person, silence this person, silence that person. So people with millions of people followings, Trump kicked off of Twitter. I mean, a president of the United States kicked off of a social media platform because they didn't like what he says. Like, you want to talk about infringing on rights?
Don't get me wrong. I don't.
And this is... Matt Taibbi is a Democrat. He's Glenn Greenwald is the other one. So both of them had access to the Twitter files. Google the Twitter files.
I don't know if Matt is a Democrat anymore.
Probably not anymore.
Yeah.
Not after reading that.
Well, I've heard the last 5 years he's shifted his stance pretty much.
And the other one, journalist, he ran for governor here in California. I'm trying to remember his name. He's great. His stuff is really well sourced, really well written. I can't remember his name, but these are the guys that I read, and I don't always agree with them.
Right.
But here are the facts. And now here is my commentary on those facts. But there's no getting around them. What Elon did in buying Twitter literally saved the country, because we found out what the government was doing from the highest levels.
Okay, so my question to you in that situation, because I don't have all the details, but I remember I'm recollecting some things about that time period that happened. And weren't there a bunch of people who were saying that it's not real, that COVID's not real, but yet people died, okay? They died in excess of what the normal flu numbers give us. And the whole fucking world shut down. Not just the United States. The whole fucking world shut down over this scare. And it came out of China. So if the whole world was fearful of something, and the only reference that they had was 1918 when we had the Spanish influenza. Yeah. And what devastation that had at that time period. And today the globe has exponentially
now let's
more
clarify, this was pre-antibiotics, the Spanish influenza.
Yes, but antibiotics didn't work on COVID.
No, but I think the point is that you don't know what it would have been if we had better medicine back then.
The only thing that
regardless,
what we
everybody was fucking scared.
what we did determine during influenza.
Yep.
And how do we know that we determined this during influenza? Anthony Fauci told us that masks do shit. That's what we learned during influenza. Okay.
I personally agree with that 1,000%.
Yeah. That was what we learned.
I know fucking people that wore masks all the time and got COVID.
Yeah.
2-3 times.
Yeah. And I don't understand why. So if masks don't do anything, why do doctors use them?
Doctors use them to protect you, not themselves.
That's
Right.
Yep.
Right. So isn't that?
But that's from.
I'm just
that's
asking,
from spittle.
I'm used to seeing a
and I'm just
mask
asking,
only
is
in an
spittle not
operating
how
room.
COVID was also transmitted?
Hold on.
No.
Those
It was
masks,
aerosolized.
those masks before COVID are used in surgical rooms. The doctor did not wear one when he came in. They didn't wear him at the fucking ER. They didn't wear him when
They did wear them.
No,
I was in the fucking hospital.
Dude.
They did wear them. I couldn't get in the fucking hospital without a mask.
At
And
COVID.
Everybody,
During
I'm
COVID.
talking
Yeah.
before
that.
COVID.
Oh, yes.
You're saying
yes,
why do we
yes,
wear
yes.
masks?
All I'm
hold
asking
on,
is...
no, I'm not done.
Okay,
I'm
go
not
ahead.
done.
Go ahead.
If you ask why are we wearing masks if they don't protect you from getting COVID, right? And he said to protect you from the germ. And the only time they wore them,
Isn't that an oxymoron?
let me say what I'm saying. The only time they wore them before COVID was when you were in surgery because they don't want to put, if they have a cold, if they have something else into your blood supply while you're
Correct.
open. Before COVID, when you went to the doctor, you went to the ER, you went everywhere, nobody's wearing fucking masks
I
when you
agree with
walked
you.
in.
There's no-
his
there's-
point is,
that's
they're
obvious.
you asked, why does one wear a mask, a doctor wear a mask? Because they don't protect you. It's to protect you from before. This is before COVID. So that's what it's for. You're not blocking a mask from
an
giving it to some-
aerosolized
germ. That's not really
It's-
happening.
you can't guard against some. It's like taking a football and throwing it through a hula hoop.
Okay, when the world first learned about COVID,
Yeah.
okay, and we all had to isolate.
Yeah.
They didn't know what the fuck was up. They were having you fucking. They could be on a fucking. They told you it could be on a fucking.
Could be airborne.
No. It could be on a fucking bag. It could be
Yeah.
on a grocery item. If somebody
Right.
stocked in the grocery store,
Yes.
you had to wipe down your fucking shit when you
Yes.
got it delivered to the
Do
fucking
you know
door.
who did know?
Fauci.
Do you know why? Because he used the same shit during AIDS.
Okay, so hang on a second.
Remember the scare during AIDS?
You get the scare
You might
during
get AIDS if you sat on a public toilet seat.
Yep.
That was no. He
That was
said that?
all came from Fauci.
Okay.
He's
so,
a demon and should be fucking thrown in
It
prison
should
for
be
the
a
rest
term.
of his.
It should be a term position. Should not be in that position yet for that long.
I
No matter what you're doing up there.
two things. One, I wish you would meet Fauci. And I want to know, you really think that this guy Fauci
Yeah.
just fucking went up, became a doctor, did everything just so he could fuck the world with diseases?
No.
No, I think he. I don't think his intention necessarily was to fuck the world. I think his intention was to get rich. Remember,
Well,
it was
so
Fauci.
he got rich from AIDS?
Yes, from the cure. He blocked. Did you watch the Dallas
Buyers Club?
Buyers Club?
No.
So that's a true story.
Okay.
They developed a concoction of drugs used off market or off label that was basically putting HIV into or AIDS into remission. That was how Magic Johnson, all of a sudden, remember, we were all told he had AIDS. And all of a sudden, Magic Johnson never died.
Correct.
What's going on?
Right.
Well, he had access to this.
Correct.
Fauci blocked it because he had some quote unquote drug that was competing against that concoction. And so he blocked the availability of those off-label drugs for people with HIV.
Okay, I will also look into that, but that
Please.
yeah, that is the epitome of this fucking country.
Well, that bears to my
No,
point.
that's the
Yes, it
epitome
is.
of
That's epitome
Fauci.
of capitalism.
No.
Everybody
Yeah,
does
no,
that.
no,
That's-
What are you
I
talking about?
agree with you, Bo. That
Everybody.
That
let
bears
me tell
to
you
my
right now,
point.
the pharmaceutical companies made a fucking big, huge batch of a medicine, and then it was tainted. And they were supposed to dispose of it. You know what they did? They sold it to another fucking country. So that shit happens all the time. It's not just Fauci. It's the corporate mindset that I've already spent billions of dollars developing this drug and producing it. I'm not going to lose my fucking money. I'm going to go sell it to these fucking poor fucks.
As I'm saying, it bears to the point where you have a term for these kind of positions. This person's in there for so long, all he does is gain more and more power to make more and more money.
How about just simply not allowing those government officials in the CDC, the FDA, and in Fauci's position to profit from whatever they discover while they're doing it?
Well, you infringe on their liberty of business.
No.
So you're not going to be able to do that.
Well, yeah, according to Trump, you're right.
No,
you're not going to be able to
it's
do
not
that.
according to Trump, because what Trump is doing right now, you would probably, or you should, according to your principles, right? Because they're my principles, he should not be interfering in the drug market.
No. We're just talking about all the money he's making off of all the other deals around the fucking country, around the world. Is he not?
No, not right now. He doesn't make any money.
He didn't make any money off the
He
fucking
donates his salary, as a matter of fact.
His salary is a pittance compared to the fucking money he's making outside.
He brought up this thing about the crypto payoff that he had from a Middle Eastern
His
country.
organization, his company makes money.
Right. So
Which his kids do.
He personally profited $50 million. His son,
Maybe.
$30 million.
Good for him.
I said the same shit.
No, but I'm just saying, it's
that-
okay
that's-
for this. Then it might as well be okay for Fauci to do the same fucking thing.
That crypto versus drugs.
But so now there's a point that it's okay, and there's a point that it's not okay. For drugs, it's not okay, but for any other product, it's okay. You have to either have it. It's either yes or it's a no. They can either profit or they cannot profit. We have to make a fucking decision.
Okay.
All of them. The fucking Congress, the Senate, the House of Representatives,
Well, you
the
heard- what-
presidency.
did you
they
hear-
all need to fucking stop making money.
Did you hear Trump say no more insider trading?
Yeah, they've been saying that for fucking 30 years, and nobody's done anything about it because they have
Correct.
to vote on their own fucking
But when's the
detriment.
last time you heard a president stand during the State of the Union address and say it?
I couldn't tell
Let
you.
me help you. Never.
Never.
Not once.
I want some insider trading.
Yeah.
For the record, I want in on insider trading. If you're listening and you know some shit, message me.
All you gotta do is follow
I'm
fucking
in.
Nancy,
Yeah.
Nancy
I'm
Pelosi's
in.
trade.
They set up a fund
Yes, it's
that,
Venmo, I think
that
is what it's
simply
called.
mirrors her,
Yes.
and you will make money.
Yes.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Amazing how that works.
I love America.
Incredible.
And look, that's here's what I'm saying is, I think we need to take all of the money out of politics.
You can't.
Yeah, you can't.
Then
who
we can't
doesn't
bitch
agree?
when they fucking do it. Nobody can bitch on any fucking realm. It's either got to open and the sad
Look,
thing is,
and again, this goes back to what I was saying when you asked me what is liberty, right? I said with liberty comes responsibility. Period, and it's personal governance. So you have to you have to be a moral and ethical person. Now, you as an individual with a vote should be like, I'm not going to vote for who I think is immoral. And if you think Trump is immoral, you should not vote for him.
I didn't vote for him.
I understand.
Yeah.
So you shouldn't vote for him. You should have a clear idea of why.
But do you think he's moral?
Do I think he's moral? Yes, I do, actually.
Okay.
I do. And that's personal anecdotes. That's,
Everybody's personal idea of morality is shaped different.
That's correct.
And
No.
a lot of
Yes.
no, a lot of
Mine
us
is
have
not.
similar agreements.
if my morality was left to me, I'd be a dark,
It'd be
ugly,
bad news.
Bad news.
Yeah, so everybody's
and I
shape of
think anybody
morality is
honest with
different.
themselves would say.
But we
that.
all have an idea what morality is supposed to be.
I'm with you. Okay? And I think Trump is in this same fucking boat. The only difference is that Trump never did drugs.
Correct.
Because that was his thing.
Not a drop of alcohol.
Not a drop of alcohol
No
and not a drop
shit.
of drugs.
Correct.
No,
He
never.
needs some psilocybin in his life. He does.
Yeah.
And honestly, he's not that guy, but his morality as far as other things with underage girls and all of that, I do believe, let me tell you, I'm not saying that he was diddling underage girls, because I don't have any proof of that, or I don't have anything. I saw the one report about the one girl who told the police and the FBI that he forced her head down, she bit it, and then he fucking shoved her off of him or whatever.
Right. And what did the police determine?
That there was not enough evidence to move forward.
No, they said they didn't believe her.
Okay, whatever the case may be, I'm with you, okay? But I'm saying that, do I know that he knew Jeffrey Epstein was doing everything he was doing? 1,000% And if that's one of your best fucking homies who's doing that to people, then you got a moral fucking issue. Now, do I know killers? Do I know drug dealers? Do I know gangsters that I fucking grew up with, that I hung out with? Yes. Did I know any fucking pedophile that I would have hung out with? No. I would have beat that motherfucker's ass so fucking bad that nobody could fucking recognize him. That's the kind of morality that I have. Did I hang around people that beat on women? No, because I would have beat that motherfucker to a fucking pulp for beating on a woman.
100%.
That's the kind of morality I have.
I agree.
But do I care if the motherfucker sells drugs to people that want to fucking do drugs and fuck their own selves up? I don't really give a fuck about that. So maybe my morality is twisted in that regard.
Okay, here's what I would ask you. So that guy that would sell drugs to people who want to do drugs, do you question his morality?
Do I question his
Because
morality?
pedophile, you're never going to know. He's not going to openly tell you. The only way you're going to know he's a pedophile is if you catch him with kiddie porn. If you catch him in the act. Nobody's ever going to tell you they do that.
Trump knew that he did that. Trump
How
knew
did
he had those.
What evidence do you have that I don't?
Trump said it. When the cops came and arrested him, he said, everybody's known about this fucking guy for years. Thank you for fucking doing this.
Okay.
Trump's own lips.
Great. You also know that Trump was the one who called the cops back in 2007.
On which case?
On Epstein, when he thought he was up to shady shit. And that's not coming from me. That's coming from one of the victims. That's coming from the attorneys of all the victims. They're saying
that makes me feel a little bit better about
this
the
case
situation.
could have never. They said this case could have never gone to trial without Trump and his testimony. So the only thing the Epstein files did was exonerate Trump from the accusations, which was why, had they had that in the Epstein files during the Biden administration, during the Obama administration, they would have dumped those files all over the fucking place.
They would have.
The only ones that it convicted were them.
I don't think he knew. It's not that I have any reason to believe other than
He said
gut.
he knew.
No, he said I always suspected,
knew. People
and everybody
been going on.
knew.
Everybody knew.
Everybody that, and that's a statement that can be said that everyone else has known. And I did. He made one call, but if everyone else has known, that doesn't mean that he knows. It means that he knows that all these other people that have been
Like
with
if
him,
you guys all told me, oh, that guy over there, he's a pedophile.
Okay,
Now,
so
I
all
have
wanna
no
know is
personal
always
evidence.
known.
All I want to know is Virginia Dufresne.
She's the one.
She worked for Trump at his hotel. He knew exactly how old she was. She had to fill out the fucking application. She had to have something as a young underage girl signed by somebody stating that she was fucking able to work there. When she got taken from Epstein, there's communication back and forth between them about him stealing her and him being upset about that. And
oh yeah, that one.
he knows that when he stole her, she was an underage girl. He knew what was going on.
But it was Virginia Dufresne who said that Trump never did anything to her.
No, correct. And I agree. None of those girls that, as far as the main ones, they never said Trump did anything. They
Correct.
never said Clinton did anything. They said those things out. And you got to believe the victims. They're the ones who are fucking the whole thing's about. You know what I mean?
And again, everybody's morality is shaped different. You're sitting around in a circle of people doing things that you don't agree with doing. You don't always get up and leave. It just means that you're not agreeing with what they're doing and they're doing it. I'm not saying that they're watching these guys.
I've always
molest
gotten
girls.
up and left.
I'm just
I would
saying.
too.
If I ever
Fuck
was in
yeah,
a
bro.
situation where shit was
I'm
weird.
It's weird is one thing. I'm not saying that he watched the stuff go down. He knows the girl's 14 and he knows Prince Albert's doing what he's doing. He's watching. I'm not saying he didn't see that.
Now,
but I'm saying
Lutnick-
he's on an island and he's hearing or he thinks, you didn't leave a party because they were all smoking yay, right? Because you're
Yeah,
still
no.
enjoying
I would've-
yourself at the party.
No, not at that time. But today, I would leave a party.
Yeah,
if
I'd be like,
somebody was
okay,
smoking.
right. But I'm
So
again,
you're
like I'm
sober.
saying, because he's at this place and there are things going on in other rooms, and he may feel or he's unsure, but there is friends, and you don't know, what's he gonna do? Gonna go back and make a bunch of accusations against the bigwigs of the world, right? So you have
He
to
did.
know before you do,
He
and not
did.
until he thought he knew. That's the point. It's
So
like,
it was under
just
the
because
Bush
everyone else knows.
administration that all of a sudden Epstein, the whole case gets dropped.
Yeah.
But Trump was part of the prosecution.
Yeah, I don't think he had any part of that. I didn't. Again, it's not like I have any
why
reason
did-
to know.
so
It's a
why
gut.
did he
If
make
I saw
statements
evidence
"I don't
to the
want this
contrary-"
why would he make statements like, I don't want this to come out because my friends are going to get hurt?
Why can't? he
Because
say
I think so in those files, a lot of people got lumped in because of metadata.
Correct.
So what they did was there was, a whole digital sweep of this guy's hard drives, of everything else. Now, this guy was a financier. So he was constantly approaching people for money, business, whatever, which had nothing to do
And
with
he was
anything.
blackmailing people.
And he was blackmailing people. But a lot of it had nothing to do with anything. One of these guys that was on, you listen to All In podcast? Fantastic.
I do,
Yeah,
yeah.
okay, yeah. So they were talking about that. Some of these guys got caught up in it, and they were like, yeah, my name got mentioned in the Epstein files. They're like, what? And he's like, yeah. He's like, turns out it was a phishing
Yeah,
email.
benign shit. Yeah.
Benign bullshit.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, now your name is associated with the Epstein files. Now, if one of these piece of shit podcasters wants to turn it into something,
Candace will have it turned into something next week.
Scamdis will turn it into something. Yeah. She's a lunatic.
Yeah, she lost it.
What? How bad did TPUSA treat her that she has this vendetta against them?
I don't know. They didn't treat her bad. I think she was fucking around, and they let her go and did it graciously. I think they let her go, and that was that. And she left to chase money with Daily Wire.
Yeah, she was saying that she wasn't paid appropriately or something like
Yeah.
that. That he lied to her about
It's
something.
a fucking non-profit organization. What do you mean paid appropriately? Like, she's a scumbag. I mean, she's proven that over the last, like your so-called friend gets assassinated on the internet, and you start accusing his wife. Like, you're a piece of shit.
Yeah.
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 And then none of the receipts ever materialize.
No. And and she blamed the one lead detail on the security.
Right.
Did you watch him
Yeah.
on Sean Ryan?
I didn't see him on Sean
Dude,
Ryan. Was
you
it good?
have to
I will.
fucking...
What was his name? Because sometimes Sean Ryan has guys on there, and I'm like, 4-hour podcast.
Yeah,
I'm
they're
like,
getting
Yes.
longer. They're getting longer.
I'm like, Sean, come on.
I don't
Sean's
recall
going
the
down
guy's
rabbit
name,
holes.
But if you
Yeah.
look up head of his security detail, Sean Ryan,
Okay.
the guy will come up and...
I'd sue her ass for defamation. I
Straight up. Because this guy, bro, I truly believe that he is one of those people who really believes he's righteous. And maybe he is a righteous guy.
none of us are Christ was righteous. None of us are righteous.
I'm not even going to talk to you about that one because I don't think he was righteous either. But
Yeah, then don't talk to me about that.
Yeah, we can have you back
Yeah.
for the religious talk.
yeah, but I do believe he was a religious revolutionary who believed that you could have a relationship with God, and that was the thing that he preached. He didn't preach that. He preached, just a side note, that you didn't need the fucking synagogue to get to heaven, and you didn't need him to get to heaven.
No,
you needed
he
the relationship
specifically
with
said,
God
The only way to heaven is through me.
through me telling you.
No.
Yes, everything was in parables.
Are we talking about
He
Jesus
said,
Christ?
I am the way.
I
I
understand.
am
He
the
was
life.
trying to tell you, if you
I
went,
am
if
the
you
way
went
to watch. I am the way to be.
Yes.
Well, that's an
No.
interpretation.
Yeah.
Well, let's move
But
on
anyway,
from this
yeah,
one.
yeah, yeah,
We're not
yeah,
getting
yeah, you're
anywhere
right.
on this one
Yeah,
today.
'cause
Let's talk
religion
about that
definitely
some
moves
other
the
time.
goalpost.
Because
But-
I've talked to Scott a few times. I know where he stands.
Yeah, and
not
that's good.
sure he knows where I'm at, but I would love to have a conversation about
I know
some of that.
you're at best agnostic.
Yes. Yes.
All right, good.
best.
So let's get back.
Shit. Now I forgot. Where we were going.
Candace, the head of Charlie's security.
Yes, the lead. So the security detail that they had hired, the firm that they had hired, and the gentleman who was. So when we're looking at Charlie, he's the gentleman to the left,
Right.
and
He's the one they were accusing. Yeah.
yes, they were accusing all that shit of, and
But he breaks
down
Yeah.
exactly what happened.
I heard his
minute by
explanation,
fucking
yeah.
minute.
I didn't hear it on Sean Ryan. I heard his explanation on another, and I was like, "Oh, yeah."
Because he's
And-
tactical, so
Yeah.
he has
Yes.
a plan
Exactly.
always.
Yes.
So if everybody's calm and doing what it looks, it's not because they planned to kill him. It's because they knew they had a plan if something were to happen.
Straight up, bro.
You could argue the failures were between school security and the rooftops.
Yes, yes. That's literally where I think
Right.
it boiled down to.
Yeah.
And
Obviously.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Honest, that's the truth of it. And but once you hear this man's describing the events that
And
took
his own
place,
distress.
yes,
Like heartbreak.
there's no way in hell this dude's not an actor.
Nope.
He has no fucking concept of being an actor or
No.
hiding
He's
his feelings
extremely
or disguising.
impassioned.
Yes.
Yeah.
And to defame this guy the way she did is fucking
She's
horrendous,
disgusting.
bro.
She
Horrendous.
really is disgusting. Like on another level disgusting.
And because I'm not religious, they started the podcast off with the two of them praying, which to me, I was religious at one point in my life, and my religion was between me and my God. It wasn't for the world to see. And that's just the kind of person I am. I feel if I'm going to donate something, I don't have to go tell everybody that I donated. I just fucking give money and nobody knows I gave the fucking money.
Oh, and
And that's the way it fucking,
For
you know what I mean?
Scripture-
Because you know you're doing it for the right
teaches that.
reasons. Right?
Yes,
We do it for
you
the
know
right
what I
reasons,
mean?
not for
Scripture teaches that
to
you
promote
know,
yourself.
If what is it? Don't tell your left hand what your right hand does. I'm
Yeah, I know what you're
bastardizing
saying.
the quote, but it's given secret.
Straight up, man. You know, that's just
Don't boast about your
don't boast
your
about it.
charity.
So when I first saw the two of them pray on front of camera and this or that, I was a little turned off. And then once I got into the interview, I threw that shit out the window because the guy I felt was so fucking distressed about what happened. I didn't give a fuck what he needed to do to
I'm sure he felt responsible. I didn't listen to it.
get himself right.
But he's there to protect him.
And let me ask you if this holds true to you. You can tell when somebody sincerely believes what they believe. Okay?
Yes.
You can disagree with what they believe,
Yeah.
but you can tell
1000%.
they sincerely believe that. And if they're holding themselves to an ethos, to a morality that is outside of themselves, and they feel convicted with that belief, you're going to give them more credibility as they're trying to be as honest as they
Yes.
possibly can.
Yes.
Because I'm not being honest for you or you. I'm being honest because I'm stripped naked before God. There is nothing I can say to him that, I mean, he knows my heart.
Yeah.
So if he knows my heart, who am I lying to?
Right.
If that's the way you truly believe.
Correct.
And you know, I like to believe that I have a fucking good bullshit meter, but sometimes I've been fooled. You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
We
Fucking
all
people have
have, yeah.
gotten over on me, and I'm like,
100%.
motherfucker, I
I
can't
think
believe
I got it
fucking-
too, and I get swooped on every once in a
yeah,
while.
you know,
Okay, we want to believe the best of people.
For sure.
And
Yeah. Yeah.
And I tell people, like, I'll trust you until I know I can't.
Yeah.
that's the facts.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, people in work all the time, you know, don't tell the customer. I'm like, no, I'm telling the fucking customer this because I'm the one that the customer is turning to every time, and they're gonna want to know that I either fucking was real with them and I told them what was the reality of what's happening for me to complete this task and no bullshit, or I could sugarcoat it, cover it up, and say it's the fucking shipping's the problem or this that. No, it's not. Either I fucked up, or somebody in my chain fucked up, or the supplier fucked up. But I'm going to be real with you and tell you what went on so we can remedy the situation and get it solved.
That was always my approach in the film industry. You'd hear a bazillion excuses. And the reason I eventually was executive director of production at Sony Pictures was because I would tell the higher ups, I screwed up. We're late. I need more time. I screwed up. I didn't get the order in. What have you? Scott, we appreciate it. Do you think you can get it by this time? Yes. So when I told them something, they knew I was telling the truth.
Straight up.
And I run my business the same way.
Exactly.
To be honest, I always acknowledge when it's on me, or I put it up front. I'm not going to tell
It's
you
always
I'm
on
gonna do
you.
something
You're
I can't
you're
do.
top dog.
Yeah, and I'm not going to tell you something I'm not going to do.
Your guy screws up.
Yeah.
It's you screwed up.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's right.
But people don't always understand that, because I work with people around me who cover their ass left and right. And
I
I'm
hate
like,
that.
God
You know what? They'll follow
damn.
your lead though the next time. When you stand up like that and you know, balls first, people are they're gonna recognize that and go, you know what? I want to be that guy.
I fucking,
Well, there's
I don't
honor
know if
in
they
that.
want to be like me,
There is
but
honor
they can
in
at
that.
least be
There's
better
honor.
than they were.
There's
There might be a lot of things they don't want to be, but you know, but that guy's a man, you know, he stands behind what it is that he says. You know, I didn't get it done. I said I was going to get it done. I didn't get it done, and I'm telling you, I didn't get it done.
I can vouch for that, because I feel like that's happened here at my company, where I've spread that over the years that I've run my business. And
I think I worked here,
Yeah, you
and I
did.
know, and guys respected you, and that's rare in a situation like even when you were in your office, guys spoke well of you.
yeah, because I always
I was trying
honest.
to shit talk him, and
They wouldn't take your bait.
they wouldn't go. I'm like, that bastard. You know? Like,
God, cheap fuck. Single ply toilet paper. What a fucking
this guy's running a
Change the
freaking
fucking
sweatshop.
faucet, would you?
Yeah,
this fucking guy. Yep. Gotta have honor. Gotta
you
have
got
honor.
it. I mean,
Yeah.
before everything,
Yeah.
you got to be honorable,
Yeah.
and it's hard. It's
It is hard.
It's hard until you get used to it. For me,
Right?
it's easy.
Yeah.
For me, it's really easy. I have no problem being the first one to say,
Look, and if it becomes a pattern, right,
Yeah,
where
yeah.
you're like, oh, I fucked up again.
yeah.
and then
But
you'll
I
be
mean,
like,
I'm
hey.
wrong a lot. I'm
Yeah.
wrong. I'm wrong all the time. You know, I argue with friends, and I can be wrong, and that's fine. But when I'm wrong and I've made a wrong choice of work, I've made a mistake, or something's just straight wrong, it was my work, I'm the first one to say, that was me. I did that. Let me go fix it, or whatever the case is.
What do we do if we need to use the laboratory?
Where do you have to go to the bathroom? To go to the bathroom?
Yeah.
Well, we're about to wrap, so we can just wrap and.
We're gonna
Yeah,
wrap.
I'm
Yeah.
right there with you.
Yeah. So
Shifting in my seat.
Yeah, you are. But I thank you for coming on today.
My
No,
pleasure.
for
Thanks
sure.
for having
Yes,
me, guys.
thank
We're gonna
you
have
very
you
much.
back. We'll have you back more than once. We'll have you back when you get your cigars, and we'll have you back to talk about your Lord and Savior Jesus Christ.
Right on.
Well,
Or
have
you
you.
can just come back just to hang out.
And you can just hang out. We
can
talk
do
about
both.
whatever. So
do
we look
both. I
forward
know
to
I've
that.
had a salty Christian.
A real American. A true American.
A salty
but
Christian.
until next time, don't be shit.
Don't be shitty. Please don't.
I'ma talk shit in a world gone stupid.
A bullshit? A bullshit.